time for the Mount Vernon Rams from WMIX Sports. Rams football on WMIX and WMIXSports.com is powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland, banking at the speed of you. Mount Vernon Rams football is also presented in part by Ren Lake College, SSM Health, State Farm Agent Tony Wilk, Holzhauer Auto and Motorsports in Nashville, Southern Illinois Tile and Carpet Supply, First Mid-Bank and Trust, Munkin Toyota and Munkin Buick GMC, Crossroads Community Hospital, Fairfield Auto Sales, Country Financial Agent Josh Finley, Joe's Pizza and Pasta, Roy Schmidt Honda of Effingham, and also by Wilford Printing, the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois, One Stop Flooring America, Ford Square and King City Chrysler Center, People's National Bank, Landers Collision Center, and Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac. We take you to the SSM Health broadcast booth for the Landers Collision Center's pregame show. Mount Vernon Rams football starts now. It's time for the Mount Vernon Rams from WMIX Sports. Rams football on WMIX and WMIXSports.com is powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland, banking at the speed of you. Mount Vernon Rams football is also presented in part by Ren Lake College, SSM Health, State Farm Agent Tony Wilk, Holzhauer Auto and Motorsports in Nashville, Southern Illinois Tile and Carpet Supply, First Mid-Bank and Trust, Munkin Toyota and Munkin Buick GMC, Crossroads Community Hospital, Fairfield Auto Sales, Country Financial Agent Josh Finley, Joe's Pizza and Pasta, Roy Schmidt Honda of Effingham, and also by Wilford Printing, the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois, One Stop Flooring America, Ford Square and King City Chrysler Center, People's National Bank, Landers Collision Center, and Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac. We take you to the SSM Health broadcast booth for the Landers Collision Center's pregame show. Mount Vernon Rams football starts now.
Home sweet home, at least we hope, for the Mount Vernon Rams tonight as they welcome the Triad Knights. The Rams 0-2 coming in after last week's somewhat lopsided loss against the Muscuda Indians. St. Clair County not kind to the Rams a week ago, but they hope Jefferson County will provide the backdrop for some friendly confines. Good evening, I'm Chris Hugo. Kyle Norris is alongside. Riley Lenga is back at the Mount Vernon studio tonight on AM 940, 96.5 FM, and WMIXSports.com. As tonight, the 0-2 Rams look for their first win. But to do that, Kyle, they will have to get past these tough Triad Knights.
And first off, welcome back to the broadcast booth, Mr. Hugo, and hopefully you bring a little bit of better luck, but also hopefully the Rams are more ready here for this one than they were for Muscuda. As Coach Kessler is going to say in the interview you're going to hear next, and honestly, it reminded me of it too. I think I mentioned it in the broadcast last week. That game last week reminded me a lot of Althoff last year. The Rams didn't really show up, and they got blown out, and that's exactly what happened. Hopefully, they are mentally ready to play today because this Triad team is no easier than Muscuda last week.
Well, it certainly isn't. For the Mount Vernon Rams, they need a bit of ease. After the game against Taylorville, in which they lost thanks to a 94-yard kickoff return, certainly not what they needed to happen last week when they go into Muscuda, another road game. Tough environment. Muscuda returns that tough junior, now turned senior running back, of course, from a playoff team a year ago. Now the Rams come in, a team they beat last year. Means absolutely nothing coming into tonight. You take a look at Triad and what they've been able to do thus far this year. So you look at the Knights. We'll talk about them throughout this Landers Towing and Collision Center's pregame show, and we'll talk about quite a bit more. But first, we need to visit with Rams head football coach Jared Kessler here on your Landers Towing and Collision Center's pregame. We'll do that in just a bit. This is Rams football powered by Community First Bank.
Hi, this is Jared
and Karen
from Community First Bank.
And we have some breaking news.
Recently, 30-year mortgage rates have dropped to historic lows.
And we want to help you take advantage. Whether you just purchased a home,
have been thinking about refinancing,
or have been a homeowner for years,
these rates are just too good to pass up. Call 244-3000 and ask for me, Jared,
or me, Karen, and let us get you started on the way to saving some money today.
Community First Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Maybe you run. Or just run errands. Either way, you're moving. But what if you're told that you need a joint replaced or back surgery? You go to the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. With fellowship-trained orthopedic specialists in locations all across Southern Illinois, the Orthopedic Center will get you back to an active, pain-free life. The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Give them a call at 618-242-3778 or visit them at orthocenter-si.com.
Here's Jeff Miller from Holzhauer's.
You guys got to check this 19 Ram 1500 crew cab, brand new, four-wheel drive, sticker price $45,565. We're taking $15,772 off. That's crazy.
Tax, title, license, and doc not included. Rebates and discounts have been applied. See us on Facebook or go to Holzhauers.com. Save on all new Chrysler inventory during Ram Power Days at Holzhauer Auto and Motorsports, Route 127 North in Nashville.
Discover a world of opportunities with the 2019 Illinois Regional College Fair at Wren Lake College. Kicking off at 8 a.m. on September 17th, the fair will feature dozens of institutions ready to answer your questions about the cost of college, admission requirements, and the programs they offer. Parents, this is the perfect opportunity to talk to someone face-to-face about your child's academic future. The Illinois Regional College Fair, September 17th at Wren Lake College. For more information, call the college or visit rlc.edu/fair.
Watch the Rams in stunning high definition at WMIXSports.com. Powered by Wren Lake College.
Welcome back, Landers Collision Center's pregame show on AM 940, 96.1 and 96.5 FM. And don't forget, you can watch us live at WMIXSports.com. Last week's game, well, in a sense, it wasn't pretty. A 56-26 loss to the Muscuda Indians for the Mount Vernon Rams. And we talked about it on the Saturday Sports Show this past week with Rams football coach Jared Kessler. Here it is.
It's Coach Kessler. JK, how are you, sir?
Oh, I've been better.
Well, I know we got to talk about that game last night. And, really it just seemed like Muscuda kind of threw a few punches early, and it really just kind of knocked the entire team kind of off balance.
Yeah, I didn't feel like, came prepared and I think our minds were in the game right out of the gate. It reminded me a lot of Belleville Altoff last year. Kids didn't seem to have their minds into it, and I think it kind of showed real early with several penalties right out of the gate on us. And, then Muscuda did a good job of taking advantage of that. And when you start off on a bad foot, it's hard to get off of it.
Well, and you actually mentioned something I mentioned in the broadcast last night because I had said, this does not look like the team that came to play Taylorville last week. But I also mentioned that Altoff game. It just seemed like your team. It maybe just was that one game where they're going to fall flat. And as long as the guys make sure this is the only game where that happens, then this is just a blip in the schedule.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. It was very unorthodox of our guys. The way they've prepped all off season and the way they came out against Taylorville, and it just didn't seem like them. And it is what it is. And we're gonna push forward and prepare for next week and try to get a win.
Well, and obviously got to give some credit where it's due. The Muscuda defense really were able to force your guys to look for other options. I believe in the first half, they held Evan Leak to maybe about 30 yards rushing, if I remember right. I don't have those numbers specifically in front of me. But it really wasn't until the second half that Leak was able to get his numbers and Hunter was able to get a few passes onto the field. But they really just stifled the offense there in the first half.
Yeah, that's the offense, put the defense in a lot of bad positions. We couldn't get the ball moving. Their defense was stunting up front quite a bit, giving our whole line, some problems. And, we kept adjusting and trying to find a way to, create some running lanes and passing lanes, and it just wasn't working out, and that can put a dagger in you, real early, especially for kids, when things are not going well. It's tough on them, and us coaches were trying everything we could to get the ball moving, but it just didn't work out.
Well, and of course, next week it is the home opener. Going to be playing Triad. Triad, of course, was the game last year that finally was able to end that 2-year winless streak for the program. And so I'm sure the kids are at least thinking, hey, this is a team we can beat, and this time we get them at Ken Hunt Stadium here at home. And so hopefully it can be, obviously, from the scores I've seen, Triad is better this year than they were last year. But this is definitely a Triad program that this team knows how to beat.
Yeah, we've put together a lot of studies and on the triple option and the veer, and Triad does a really good job of running it. But we have confidence as coaches, and Triad is a better team this year, and they're going to be a tough opponent. And, but our guys know that we can beat them, and it's our job as coaches to prep them and make sure they're ready, not only mentally but physically. We'll get excited for this game, and hopefully we'll see the Rams that we know.
Well, and of course, I'm sure the kids are going to be even more excited that they don't have to make an hour-plus long road trip and they could stay at home for the first time here this fall.
Yes, I mean, starting the season off with two road games, and especially against two opponents that are top-notch in the state. Taylorville's, really good program, and Mosquito's loaded this year with their senior class. I think they had two juniors on the field the whole game. They're just all seniors, and very good program, and it's tough. So coming home is going to be a relief. It'll give us more time, before game to prepare, and so we're going to be excited about playing at home, and hopefully we can give the community a better show.
And my guest here is Jared Kessler, Mount Vernon's football coach. And Coach, social media question of the week, as it is just about every other week here on this show, has to involve food. How do you like your eggs cooked or prepared?
It really doesn't matter to me. I've got 3 kids, man, so I eat them however I can get them.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, that's a perfectly acceptable answer. I've heard a few scrambled already, and I can safely say that is my answer to it as well, at least my top answer there. My guest, Jared Kessler, the Mount Vernon football coach. Coach, first off, thanks again, as always, for being on the program. We'll see you Friday night at Ken Hunt Stadium.
All right, Carl. Thanks a lot.
Always optimism in the voice of Coach Jared Kessler. I know it was not pretty a week ago, and Rams hoping for a quick rebound tonight, of course, but that interview this past Saturday with Kyle Norris on the Saturday Sports Show, Coach K obviously optimistic with this Triad team coming in tonight. A Triad team they know how to beat. Kickoff coming up, just a matter of minutes here on the Rams Radio Network and video at WMIXSports.com. This is your Landers Towing and Collision Center's pregame show. iCar Gold Class certified. That's a fancy way to say they know what they're doing at Landers Collision Centers, big or small. Landers fixes them all. Call 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS. We still have your starting lineups and your Munkin Toyota Buick GMC keys to the game still to come. Right here in the SSM Health broadcast booth. We'll take another break. This is Rams football powered by Community First Bank.
Are you ready for your team to get their license? I'm Country Financial Representative Josh Finley. I know it's a little scary when you see your kids backing out of the driveway by themselves for the first time, but knowing that your young driver has the proper protection from Country Financial could make you feel better. Call today, 242-4024, or visit me online at josh.finley@countryfinancial.com.
When you're the people's choice for a favorite Italian restaurant, you're on top of your game, and that's Joe's Pizza. Where else can you go to get the great, superb Chicago-style pizza and amazing pastas? Yep, Joe's is the place. Joe's features homemade sauces from the Trappiano family's secret recipe. At Joe's, you can dine in, carry out, order online, and they deliver to just about anywhere. Experience pizza the way it was meant to be. Joe's Pizza, 819 Jordan in Mount Vernon.
Streaming worldwide at WMIXSports.com. This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports.
If you're looking for a new doctor, look no further than the new SSM Health Provider Finder. Search for physicians online based on conditions and treatments, name spellings and pronunciations, and locations near you. What's more, SSM Health doctors are known for taking the time to listen and connect with you. We call this the healing power of presence. You'll find this helpful tool at ssmhealth.com/doctors.
Missed the latest edition of the Saturday Sports Show on WMIX? Well, here's some of what you missed.
I really liked how they did everything. They did everything right. There are a couple other schools. I'm looking at East South Carolina that at the time came in and they were a little shady.
Don't miss the Saturday Sports Show on AM 940, 96.5 FM, also online at WMIXSports.com every Saturday starting at 8 a.m. And it's presented by Crossroads Community Hospital.
Your home for the Mount Vernon Rams is WMIX Sports, powered by Community First Bank.
AM 940, 96.1, 96.5 FM. Chris Hugo with Kyle Norris alongside for your Landers Towing and Collision Center's pregame show. Big or small, Landers fixes them all. Call 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS. Tonight, the Mount Vernon Rams and Triad Knights here from Ken Hunt Stadium on the campus of Mount Vernon Township High School. We are in the SSM Health broadcast booth where the Mount Vernon Rams look for their first win of the year. And Kyle against Mascoutah last week. It was a tough way to go for this Mount Vernon Ram football team. Couldn't get much done offensively in the first quarter. Took really until the second half to heat up somewhat. It became the Evan Leake show on offense.
And that's how it's been all year long, of course, through 2 games here. But really, once Evan Leake starts to open up, that's when the offense starts to go, and that's when opportunities can open up for other players. And for a Triad team here today, you know they're going to run. They've got over 500 yards rushing compared to just over 100 yards passing on the offensive side, so you know what they're going to do there. Hopefully you could stop the rush, but if you can't stop that triple option today, you've got to keep the offense going. You can't have a start like you did against Mascoutah, just 6 points in that first half.
Triple option historically has been tough for the Rams to muster, but a year ago they were able to get a win on the road in rural Troy. Tonight, can they get the win at home here on their home campus? We will find out. We'll have your national anthem still to come. We also owe you Munkin Toyota Buick GMC keys to the game, as well as your starting lineups for this one. It is the home opener, 2019, for the Mount Vernon Rams, looking for their first win of the year. We'll get you those keys to the game coming up a little bit later so we can tell you how win number 1 could come tonight. We'll take another break. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports.
If you're looking for a new doctor, look no further than the new SSM Health Provider Finder. Search for physicians online based on conditions and treatments, name spellings and pronunciations, and locations near you. What's more, SSM Health doctors are known for taking the time to listen and connect with you. We call this the healing power of presence. You'll find this helpful tool at ssmhealth.com/doctors.
Missed the latest edition of the Saturday Sports Show on WMIX? Well, here's some of what you missed.
I really liked how they did everything. They did everything right. There are a couple other schools. I'm looking at East South Carolina that at the time came in and they were a little shady.
Don't miss the Saturday Sports Show on AM 940, 96.5 FM, also online at WMIXSports.com every Saturday starting at 8 a.m. And it's presented by Crossroads Community Hospital.
Here's Jeff Miller from Holzhauer's.
Brand new 2019 Jeep Renegade Latitude. Check this out. $25,965 MSRP, $9,274 discount, all the way down to $16,691. That's a deal. Boom!
Tax, title, license, and dock not included. Rebates and discounts have been applied. See us on Facebook or go to wholeshours.com. Save on all new Chrysler inventory during Jeep Adventure Days at Wholesale Auto and Motorsports, Route 127 North in Nashville.
Teamwork. Any football player knows you can't win without a great team that works together towards a single goal, to win. For all of us, life happens, from accidents to Mother Nature and everything in between. Hi, this is your local State Farm agent, Tony Wilt. When you're up against a tough opponent, don't go at it alone. Let my team help your family come out of the game a winner. Give us a call, stop by the office in Mount Vernon, or find us online. Put me in, Coach. My State Farm team is ready.
Watch the Rams in stunning high definition at WMIXSports.com. Powered by Ren Lake College.
Streaming in full high definition tonight at WMIXSports.com. Of course, we're live on AM 940, 96.1 FM, and 96.5 FM here tonight. I'm Chris Hugo. Cal Norris is alongside. Jeff Crow with us in the SSM Health broadcast booth. Riley Lenga is back at the Mount Vernon studio tonight as the Mount Vernon Rams ready themselves for the Triad Nights. Landers Collision Center's ICAR Gold Class certified techs have what it takes to correctly diagnose the issue and get it fixed right the first time. Landers repairs all autos, semis, RVs, and motorhomes. Because big or small, Landers fixes them all. Call 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS. Of course, we do owe you keys to the game. They are sponsored by Munkin Toyota Buick GMC. Munkin Toyota is committed to finding the perfect vehicle for you. Log on to MunkinToyotaMountVernon.com and select Find My Car. Fill out the form, and it's that easy. They'll do all the looking for as long as you tell them to. Munkin's the one. Kyle, what are some keys to tonight's football game?
One, the Rams have to come into this game focused. They can't come in with whatever mindset they had against Mascoutah because that clearly did not work. Secondly, not only was it an issue in game one, it's definitely an issue again in game two. These Rams have to limit those penalties. Both games, over 100-plus yards they've given to the other team in penalties. I mean, you can't do that if you want to win a game. Honestly, if they just play their game and they have a little bit of focus and they can avoid silly mistakes, this should be a game where Mount Vernon can win.
Well, winnable ball game, and of course those keys to the game are sponsored by Munkin Toyota Buick GMC, but we talk about the triple option. We talk about the tendencies from a Triad and how they need to have a quarterback that can produce in a triple option set offense. And they look to have exactly that in the form of Logan Wongler, who had a big week last week against the Collinsville Jayhawks. And another win for the Knights, 38-7, the final on that one. But the key for that is the vision on the field and watching the play as it breaks it down. And watching that defense seems to have that ability to whether to know when to choose run or whether to try to dump off the football or whether just keep it himself and go the distance. And in that, had over 100 yards on the ground, a couple of touchdowns, and that'll be a guy the Rams have to watch tonight for sure.
Yeah, and total on the season, over 200 yards rushing, 5 touchdowns. He is definitely the offensive leader for this Triad team tonight. If you can limit what he does, then you definitely have a chance. But for the Mount Vernon Rams, if you can't stop him, this is going to be a long night at the ballpark.
Let Munkin Buick GMC show you how easy it is to buy a quality new or used car in Mount Vernon. The Munkin family believes fair prices, superior service, and treating customers right leads to satisfied repeat buyers. Munkin's the one. Of course, we have plenty coming up on this Landers Collision Center's pregame show, including your starting lineups. We'll get to those in just a bit. Rams in their home opener tonight. Plenty of seats here at Ken Hunt Stadium. Of course, a good crowd on hand nonetheless. The cheerleaders are ready on the track, as is the Mount Vernon Ram Marching Band. Forming an M on the field tonight. Not enough for a V, but
I'm trying to figure out what that bottom letter is. It might be an MV top and bottom, but
that could be.
But the bottom doesn't look like a V to me.
All in one. Yeah, I see it now. I see it, but we are just kind of waiting for them to see if we're going to get a national anthem here, or if they're going to wait a little bit longer here tonight. Rams 0-2. The Triad Knights are 2-0 as we take a quick look around the area tonight. Other South 7 teams in action, of course.
If I remember right from last year, this is South 7 Mississippi Valley week.
For the most part, of course, Altoff at 0-2 welcomes Mater Dei. They're 1-1 coming in.
Okay.
2-0 Cahokia teams travels to Civic Memorial. They are 2-0. Jeff Cahokia at 1-1. I'll double check that. Waterloo is 1-1, headed to a 2-0 Carbondale team. Brian Lee has his team on all cylinders thus far early. Mascoutah is 1-1 at Centralia after a win over Mount Vernon. Centralia was shut out by Galesburg last week. Highland, of course, is 1-1 as they travel to Marion, who Kerry Martin's Wildcats are 2-0. And, of course, you have 2-0 Triad here at 0-2 Mount Vernon. Elsewhere around the area in the BDC, the Black Diamond Conference, 1-1. Sasserville-Waltonville heads to Albion to take on Edwards County. They, too, are 1-1. Quite a few 1-1 teams in the Diamond already. 1-1 Carmi is at 1-1 Christopher Ziegler-Royalton. 2-0 Fairfield heads to 1-1 Chester. I hope they left 2 days ago. Hamilton County is 1-1, headed to a rarely 0-2 Johnston City Indian team. And 2-0 El Dorado travels to Vienna-Goreville for the 0-2 Black Eagles, if they combine the mascots, tomorrow, 1 o'clock. In the River to River, at least in crossover games, 0-2 Pinckneyville is at 2-0 Benton tonight. 1-1 is Heron as they travel to undefeated DuQuoin. It's winless Massac County traveling to winless Anna Jonesboro. That's rare. It's 0-2 Carterville is at 1-1 Murphy. 2-0 Frankfort headed to 0-2 Sparta. 1-1 West Glen is at 2-0 Nashville. And Harrisburg has the bye. No game for Harrisburg this week. Only an 8-week season for the Harrisburg Bulldogs. They did not get a week 3 contest.
We talked
so
about
they
that
have the bye.
We talked about that on the Saturday Sports Show. They were apparently Civic Memorial might have been looking to break the contract with Cahokia. They were going to play Harrisburg, but they couldn't exactly get out of that contract. Also, Cahokia is 1-1. They lost to Chaminade out of the, I don't know if that's the city or the suburbs, but they are out of the St. Louis area last week.
Absolutely, and man, tough way to go for the Cahokia Comanches. But you imagine a possible CM Harrisburg matchup, purple-clad indeed, if those two teams were to get together. Finding the right collision repair facility may seem like a tough choice, but see why Landers is the only choice and read actual customer reviews at landersauto.com. Big or small, Landers fixes them all. Call 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS. Kyle, I'm not real sure if they're just waiting for the team to get out here before they do the national anthem, loyalty, what have you. We're about 4 minutes and 35 seconds away from game time here as we await for the Rams dressed in black to make their way onto the field. I know health somewhat of an issue here tonight for the Rams. A lot of guys wearing jeans, unfortunately. But we'll see what we get out of this crew here tonight. I'm Chris Hugo. Kyle Norris is alongside WMIX and WMIXSports.com. After the game tonight, flip over to our sister station, Q106.3 FM. It'll be the Section 618 post-game blitz hosted by Darren Kennard over on Q106 and WQRLradio.com. That is presented by Crossroads Community Hospital. We hope you'll enjoy that. We'll have recaps from the area. I know we'll have a recap of this one on there as Darren Kennard will have guests from all over the region. If you're wondering where he's been, not on TV, he is with us. Darren Kennard hosting the Section 618 post-game blitz on Q106. That's following the Ranger broadcast. We hope you'll stay with us in our entirety, and then feel free to flip over and check that out.
Well, let's also not forget to mention, we hope that you were tuning into the Section 618 tailgate before this broadcast and switched over to WMIX for our pregame.
There's that, too. Every Friday night on Sister Station Q106.3 will be the Section 618 tailgate with a special 30-minute regional pregame, as well as a special post-game show, recap show with scores, interviews, and much, much more with host Darren Kennard, both of those shows on WQRLradio.com as we await the loyalty to finish, and then we assume we'll finally have a national anthem here tonight from Mount Vernon Township High School. We're in Ken Hunt Stadium inside the SSM Health broadcast booth. Great to be here with you. Of course, we can't do it without Community First Bank of the Heartland. Welcome, Kurt Zerlini, the newest ag lending team member at Community First Bank of the Heartland. Kurt packs a banking punch with over 15 years' experience. Find financing that fits your ag needs from the bank that truly understands the industry. Community First Bank of the Heartland, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Kurt is a Hall of Famer from Modern Day for football. Went on to McKendree to star on the gridiron there. So we welcome him to Community First Bank of the Heartland. Not only some ag tutelage, but some football expertise as well in their 5 Jefferson County locations.
What you seem to know always seems to amaze me, Hugo.
Well, nobody knows that I know that either. That's the great thing about it.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Got that read the other day, and I'm like, hey, this one or this one? Because I've heard that name in 2 different areas. Confirmed. I was like, oh, pack this little nugget away and debut it on Friday night. As we're near the top of the hour, this is WMIX Mount Vernon, free service from Withers Broadcasting. And getting close to that national anthem, we would assume, here from Ken Hunt Stadium. And it's exactly that. We will honor America here in a special week. Of course, 9/11 on Wednesday. We'll pay tribute to country here at WMIX, WMIXSports.com. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports.
When you have a medical emergency, you can be confident choosing the ER at Crossroads Community Hospital. You'll find specialists in orthopedics, cardiology, general surgery, gynecology, and more. Visit crossroadshospital.com to check the average ER wait time to be seen by a medical professional. If you are experiencing a medical emergency, call 911. Specialists are employed and independent members of the medical staff. Crossroads ER, where caring is our mission.
The 2020 Toyota Corolla has made it to the King City. Greater than ever, the 2020 Corolla is the king of compacts, and you can find a great selection at Munkin Toyota in Mount Vernon. The Corolla's striking design is lower, wider, and more aggressive, and the pricing is aggressive too, with affordable MSRP and great savings when you check out the Munkin Z price at MunkinToyotaMountVernon.com. Come see why 2020 is shaping up to be the best year yet at Munkin Toyota, just west of the interstates in Mount Vernon.
This is Chase Landers with Landers Towing and Collision Centers of Mount Vernon and Salem, your iCar Gold Class collision repair professionals. So what exactly does iCar certified mean? It means that after an accident, you can rest easy knowing your vehicle is in good hands. It means we'll do a complete diagnostic scan on vehicles before the repairs are started and after they're completed to ensure that all electrical equipment and components are working properly. And it means that your vehicle will be repaired using state-of-the-art measuring technology that gets us within 1 millimeter of the vehicle manufacturer's recommended specifications. Whether your vehicle is made of 6000 series aluminum alloy or ultra high strength steel structures, we have the latest technology to complete the repairs required. And now you can receive a repair estimate from us without ever leaving the comfort of your home and office. Just ask us about our new mobile app. Let us show you why Landers is the most qualified collision repair experts in the area. Landers Towing and Collision Centers in Mount Vernon and Salem. Just give us a call, 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS.
Back to Mount Vernon Rams football, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland.
Top of the hour, straight up 7 o'clock in the Central Time Zone. This is WMIX Mount Vernon, W243AV-FM and W241CX-FM. Mount Vernon, free services from Withers Broadcasting. I'm Chris Hugo, Kyle Norris alongside Riley Lenga back at the studio. It's Jeff Krill providing the video angles for WMIXsports.com. We already had your Munkin Toyota Buick GMC keys to the game. Waiting to see how this coin toss ends up so we know whom to introduce first with our starting lineups. But let's remind you, where should you go for care? Well, visit ssmhealth.com/access/need-care-now. SSM Health, the healing power of presence.
There's a lot of ashes in there.
Well, you know, for whatever reason, I can rattle things like that off, but I can't say simple words in daily conversation.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Well, normally it's when you put a microphone in front of your face, your pronunciation becomes a whole lot better.
Yep. I speak very lazily when I am not on the air, obviously, but mumble somewhat, but that's here nor there.
Let's just always have a mic in front of your face.
There. Yeah, well, mic or fresh coffee, either one. As we wait to see what the coin toss is going to yield here on this Friday night. Can't wait to get after it here on what is a beautiful weekend evening in the King City. Sun setting to the west. You can see it somewhat on WMIXsports.com, streaming in high definition tonight. Full high definition, thanks to the very kind internet feed here at District 201. Rams need a win. They're 0-2 coming in. No stranger to 0-2 record. Rams are one of 3 teams in the South to have ever made the playoffs after starting 0-2. And they did it in back-to-back years, 07 and 08. 07, they went all the way to the second round where Fumbleitis had hit a very sure-handed running back core up at Charleston in the second round of the playoffs. And then in 2008, they fell to Bloomington in the first round. Memorable day that day was a 53-yard field goal from Mount Vernon kicker Josh Sears in that one. Boomed and booted a 53-yard field goal there from McLean County. Here in Jefferson County, we wait the finality of the coin toss. Far from ceremonial, this is legit. We're getting the full Monty of explanation and have yet to see the twinkle of a coin flipping through the air end over end.
I think they're wanting to make sure everyone knows what's going on here tonight because, oh, okay, now we're flipping it. I think we've at least got the sides done.
Just might. So
I think
the winner has deferred. So the Rams are deferred. It'll be Triad football to start as the Rams will kick off. So there we go. Now we know each other. and what's going to happen here as we get underway. Streaming is presented by Red Lake College. Red Lake College is the #1 community college in the state of Illinois. Let them show you why. Visit rlc.edu today. Your journey starts at Red Lake College. The Rams' journey to a win could start with a defensive stop on this opening kickoff. We'll get a fresh 12 minutes on the clock and await the opening kick here from Landon Simpson, who had a 25-yard field goal in the opener up at Taylorville, and the Rams just couldn't hang on. They got what looked to be a go-ahead touchdown. Well, it was. I was going to say it looked to be a game-winning touchdown, but ultimately ended up in a case where they gave up a long kickoff return and ended up going home 0-1. And then last week, a week that the Rams would love to forget, a 56-26 loss on the road at Mascoutah, a team that you never know what they're going to have year to year, but their running back did return, and he showed up, obviously. But Rams are just ready to get this one going. They're trying to get the crowd on their feet.
Well, something else that might motivate Rams fans here today, the Triad students section is fairly impressive for being over an hour drive away from here. The Triad students showed up here tonight.
They usually travel well. And they have shown up yet again. They will often outpace, like when they're on the road, they will often out-travel the home team as far as student sections are concerned. It's a great thing to see. It's a good thing to see a bevy of orange and black all about the stands, as the Knights will have a man back to return between the hashes at about the 5-yard line. Triad in white tops, a little bit of black and white striping on the sleeves. Red numerics are trimmed in black. Glossy black helmets with the Triad Knight emblem on each side. As our return man, looks like it might be Foreman, between the hashes right now at about the 3. As we await the kickoff, the bright orange shoes of number 20, Landon Simpson. Rams in their black-clad tops, new uniforms this year. A thick white stripe down the side of the pants, white numerics trimmed in orange on the front and back. It is a white sleeve with black numerics stroked in orange, and then they have the Ram horns from the new Ram logo on their helmets. And I like that look because they're not an LA St. Louis Ram ripoff.
Yeah, because I would not be happy if I had to deal with anything related to that franchise from the West Coast and that league as a whole.
We'll get the left-footed boot to get us going about 5 minutes late here tonight. Sun setting in the west. Kickoff will go north to south, and it's end over end at about the 10-yard line. Foreman to pick it up at about the 12. He's between the hashes, headed to the 20, now to the 25. Far hash breaks to the outside, 35-40. There's not. Those are just orange feet, not a flag. Still on his feet at midfield along the far hash where a bevy of Rams will bring him down. 38-yard kickoff return to get the Knights going. It'll get him started at midfield, 1st and 10 with 11:53 to go in the opening quarter. No score. We are underway finally.
And Luke Foreman, well, the Rams got lucky. Luke Foreman ran into one of his own teammates, and that's what slowed him up, and that's why the Rams special teams were able to catch up to him. But Luke Foreman probably could have outran that.
Probably could have, and it ends up as a case that it ended up being the Rams' best friend, and here comes the Knights. Usually in a double wing type set where they will go triple option. We'll see as they send a man out, split to the right here. Looks like that might be Anthony LaRue. Slot left. Quarterback will be under center with his 3 options out of this triple option. Hence the name. Man in motion. It'll be an inside handoff to number 41, Andrew McElligott. And he'll get about 3 yards on the play as he went up the right. So that'll be about a 3, maybe a 4-yard gain. It'll bring up 2nd down, 11:35 to play in the first quarter. No score yet. Welcome yet another new sponsor to the broadcast. We welcome RP Lumber, your source for anything from lumber and building materials to light bulbs and paint. RP believes buying materials should be the easiest part of any project, whether you are a contractor or do-it-yourselfer. Come visit them today and experience the RP difference.
Coaches told me before the game, don't overthink that pronunciation. Like McElliott with a G, so McElligott.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah.
Out of drop to pass and being chased by Rivera. A pass completed in midfield would have been for a loss, and that's a great play there to break by the Triad Knight, who ends up at about the 40. I believe that was number 33, Amaziah Lusk, the 5'7 senior. Gets shy of the 40, so we'll say at about the 41-yard line. Yeah, all of that will put him about a gain of 5. So it'll be 3rd and 1. Triad trying to move the chains here on the opening series. 10:38 to go in the first quarter. Nothing. We're scoreless so far here on what should be a beautiful night in the King City. Great night for football. One of those stressful days, but then when you get out here and you get the crowd and you get people on their feet, you get football going,
and the
weather's going to be nice,
and
makes it better.
Golden hour right now with that sunset. Absolutely
That's
perfect.
Phenomenal. As we have Coach Bassler on the field and looks like wanting a timeout. So we'll keep it here. This timeout is sponsored by First Mid Bank and Trust. If you've ever thought about starting a business or expanding an existing business, for the 6th year in a row, First Mid has been recognized as the Southern Illinois SBA Community Bank of the Year. Stop by First Mid and talk to Michelle Maher about making your business dreams come true. First Mid is an equal housing lender. So the Rams hope to take advantage defensively with this timeout. Get a play all drawn up to battle this Triad triple option. For a while, this was a battle that was lopsided in favor of the Rams. They went on about a 6-1 tear the first 7 times that these two teams met. Triad eventually started to even things up. Rams got a much-needed win on the road last year and hoping to do it again here tonight. So about 10-13 remaining here in the first quarter. No score yet between the two teams. Rams hoping to come up with a big stop. They are set and ready, waiting for Triad to come out of the timeout. Moving left to right are the Knights. The ball is spotted on the near hash at about the 41-yard line in Mount Vernon territory. And the center, the first man to the line. 3 backs set as always. Tailback is Foreman. He had that nice 38-yard kickoff to get us started. Quarterback is Wongler, is under center. Looks left, looks right now. It's going to be a pitch to the left side of Foreman. He's at the 40, first down yardage, looking to cut back. Ooh, good stop by the Rams. It'll be a 3-yard gain. Unfortunately, if you're a Ram fan, it's still a first down for the Knights. Just enough to get it past the chains and extend this series with 10:04 to go as the clock will stop to move those chains. And they're not going to give them as good of a spot as I thought. There they go. Okay. This will be a gain of about 3 for Foreman. Good enough for a first down. 1st and 10 Knights. 10:04 mark here in quarter number 1. Great to be back with you tonight from the friendly confines of Ken Hunt Stadium. Last time we were here, the Rams beat the Centralia Orphans.
That was almost a year ago.
Feels that way. Feels like longer. 10:04 to go. No score. Triad with the football. 1st and 10, and we will have a flag. So a false start on the offense will push things back about 5 yards. It'll make it 1st and 15. Now for the Knights. Crossroads Community Hospital, phenomenal sponsor of local sports. And in fact, their emergency department is there for you to treat any sports-related injuries. Crossroads Community Hospital is here for all of your healthcare needs. Crossroads Community Hospital, where caring is our mission. The Knight mission is to get back that 5 yards at least on this 1st and 15 from from the 43. It'll be a quick handoff. Actually, no longer. Quarterback keeper out of the option. Fooled me. Gets to about the 42, maybe the 41. If so, it's a gain of about 2. It'll bring up 2nd and approximately 13. 9:52 to go here in quarter number 1. Scoreless ball game as we'll drop below the 10-minute mark. Ooh, they gave him the 40.5. Good spot. Good spot. Friendly spot. Friendly spot. Clock continues to roll here. Chris Hugo, Kyle Norris alongside. Jeff Crow is with us. WMIX, WMIXsports.com tonight.
And obviously, one of the big things about the triple option offense is that the clock can really wind down quickly because it's always moving.
Absolutely. One thing I always loved when a Dan Mings team would meet this Triad triple option because you could count on smash mouth and running football and usually get home at a reasonable hour regardless of the location. Timeout on the field presented by First Mid Illinois Bank and Trust. Hey, how about that? They're no longer First Mid Illinois Bank and Trust. Haven't been for about a couple years. Hugo. But life is full of new steps, and First Mid Bank and Trust, it can help you make every step your best. Whether you're going to college, buying a home, starting a business, or planning for retirement, which clearly I need to until I can get the name right, First Mid can help you get there. Learn more at firstmid.com. First Mid Bank and Trust. Obviously, that means they're longtime supporters of the Mount Vernon Rams. So we stop at 9:15 left in the first quarter. It's 2nd and 12 for the Knights. They burn another timeout. And just for whatever reason, Kyle, I don't know if it's miscommunication, just unable to get the set, unable to get the play down. The Triad burns their second timeout early in the first. We're only 2:45 in.
Well, and if you're Mount Vernon right now, granted, Triad has only had the ball here in the first 2 minutes, but it seems like a few things at least have been cleaned up here so far for Mount Vernon. Granted, it's very early. We haven't seen the offense, but right now it seems like Triad is the team off their game.
9:15 to go. 2nd and 12 for the Knights. Ball between the hashes at the Mount Vernon 40-yard line. Scoreless ball game so far. Man in motion was Lusk. They'll stretch two backs to the right now, and looking to pass is the quarterback Wongler. Looking downfield, has Lusk at about the 32. It'll fall incomplete as it was overthrown. Good defensive coverage by the linebackers and part of the secondary. It'll stop the clock with 9-10. 3rd and 12 now for the Knights. The ball on the Mount Vernon 40. Saturday Sports Show will come your way tomorrow, right here, same web address and same radio dial locations. 2-hour program right after the 8 o'clock news.
You tell me when to have that lineup ready, and I'll get it ready for you.
I saw some of it, but I've already forgotten it.
Oh, see, I've forgotten it too, but I know I posted it on social media.
You did, and that's how I knew. Jared Kessler for sure.
Jared Kessler. Oh, man.
Yeah, we'll look for it. I'll
find it.
9:10 to go here in the first quarter. Foreman in motion. It's going to be a quarterback keeper. Wongler goes up the middle. Gets maybe 2-3 yards on the dive. It'll bring up 4th down, though. And Triad will likely punt it away unless they're going to go for it. I can't imagine on the ground with about a 4th and 9. But we'll drop below the 8:55 mark here on this series. You know, at least you have your shows planned this far in advance. I wouldn't know until after the game.
I can't do that. I would panic.
I was more of a reactionary base to where, based on the results, and then there was one week where I just plumb forgot. Nobody knew. Was able to get everybody that morning.
Wow.
A lot of friends.
That is,
thankfully.
That's a miracle in and of itself, isn't it?
You know, 8:27 to go here in the first. Triad will go for it on 4th and 8. All right. And now hurries out of a 2-step drop looking for the far sideline. The pass will be incomplete. It was bobbled by the receiver as he went out of bounds, looking up that left side. Would have been about a 20-yard pass, but instead will be a turnover on downs. It gives the Rams good field position. 1st and 10 from their own 36 with 8:15 left to go in the opening quarter. And, of course, Community First Bank of the Heartland is the official voice of Rams and Lady Rams sports here on WMIX. 30-year mortgage rates have dropped to a historic low. If you've been thinking about refinancing, now's the time. Stop by Community First Bank and ask for Jared or Karen to learn how they can save you money. Community First Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. So for the Rams, we get a good look at their offense now, led by their quarterback, Hunter Simmons. Couple running backs, Evan Leake and Gabe Taylor. Tight end is Hunter Mays. Baden Rutherford and Lizelle Wilson are your wide receivers. Deshaunce King is an lineman, followed by Everett Mathis, Devin Edwards, Justin Walker, and Calvin McMillan. They are your O-line. At least that's what Kessler told us.
Yeah.
Things could have changed in the locker room before this team got on the field, and this is the team ready to go. Double tight set. Under center will be Simmons. Out of the eye, let's see, man in motion. Looks like Rutherford, and it'll be a pitch coming to the near side for Leake. He's to the 35, trying to get to the 40, but got to about the 37, 38, maybe a short gain here. It'll bring up 2nd down at about 8. We'll give it a gain of 2 because we can. Until the official spots at the 37 to make it a gain of 1. Well, apparently they matter more. And we'll drop below the 8-minute mark here.
Gain of 1, 2nd and 9 for the Rams.
We'll get you some scores throughout the night. A lot of contests going on. Only a few Saturday games around the region. One of them is El Dorado at Vienna Goreville. East St. Louis is at Neuqua Valley, I believe, tomorrow. Other than that, mostly Friday night in the region. Inside handoff. Nope, little bobble. As Simba is headed to the right side. Finds a seam on the ground. Got to the 40 outside the hash. Down to about the 44. We'll see where the spot is, but he's dancing close to a 1st down. Doesn't quite have it. It'll be 3rd and short. That's the Ram quarterback. Did a little option play of his own, and he's able to get some running room. Gain of about 8. That'll bring up 3rd and maybe 1. With 7:45 remaining here in the first quarter. No score yet between the Rams and the Triad Knights. Scores are presented by Tony Welch, your local State Farm agent. Having a local agent matters for your insurance. The State Farm team is ready to help, and help he does, always active in the community. So on 3rd and 1, another double tight set here out of the eye. Under center is Simmons. Bad snap, will have a flag. So maybe something that caused the snap to be bad, or maybe it's got started early. We'll let the officials sort it out.
False start on Mount Vernon.
Won't quite ruin your weekend, but it will push you back 5 yards. Nice breeze here, maybe out of the southwest. Tough to tell from this angle. Nope, southwesterly breeze.
let's just be excited that it's not as hot as it has been these past couple of days, because that would mean it's miserable for everyone here.
Yep. Certainly. Back to the 41-yard line on the far hash. That's the spot for the quarterback, Simmons, ready to lead this offense on 3rd and 6. Out of the eye, it'll be an inside handoff and not going to go very far for what looks like maybe Taylor. Maybe. I didn't get a good look at the ball carrier. Could have been.
I think it was.
The Rams are going to punt as that goes for a no gainer. 4th and 6 now. We dropped at the 6:55 mark. Give credit to the Triad defense as well. It was almost a case of the Rams able to get a first down. But come up short. It's a 3 and out for Mount Vernon. So now to punt. It will be Leak. Back to return here, Triad, and it'll take a bounce. Foreman lets it go. Now it'll take a Ram bounce. We have a flag. That has to be some extracurriculars. It took a bounce to about the 25-yard line near the far sideline. As of now, that's where the football will be spotted. However, we will wait to see what this flag happens to be.
And that's a good question, what it is going to be.
Could be anything.
Block in the back on Triad.
I'll push it back. That will push it back. We're all over social media at WMIX Sports. Looks like after one, Carbondale and Waterloo are scoreless. The 2-0 Terriers, coached by Brian Lee. Also, after one, Flora leads by a safety over Robinson, 2-0.
They're excited up in Flora.
That they are, the Lick, Little Illini.
First 2-0 start for Flora since the Clinton administration, from what I heard.
I believe that was what Mr. Dickey had to say, yes.
That would have made me really young, Hugo.
Yeah, well aware. This will go back 10 yards. It was at the 25, so we'll take it back to about the 15. Ball be on the far hash as Triad moves left to right. They're white-clad tops, black pants, black helmets with the Triad logo on each side. They are glossy. Quarterback under center in this double wing, and now Wonger going to keep it himself. Right up the middle, he's at the 20, now to the 25, cuts back far side. He's at the 30, 35, off to the races, 40. He's at midfield, headed toward the far sideline, to the 45, down to the 40-yard line. Let's see. It'll be right at the 40, so that's going to be a 45-yard run for Wongler. Wow, and it'll be first down yardage for the Triad Knights. Triad High School, now by IHSA nomenclature, is Troy Triad. It was once St. Jacob Triad. However, the locals would probably just prefer we all shut up and call it Triad.
Yeah.
St. Jacob, Troy, and Marine. The Triad.
And if I remember right, they got the name Triad through basically a naming contest, and one of the students back in the 50s or 60s or whenever that was came up with the name Triad.
Probably. Under center, Wongler, the quarterback, double tight. Nope. Split right. Pardon me. This will be Foreman out of the option, going to the left side. Nice little reverse there. Got to the 35, down inside to about maybe the 32, well outside the hash near the numbers. Nice gain. It'll be a gain of about 8 for Foreman. Second and about 2 or 3 with 5:55 to go here in the first quarter. We are still scoreless. Triad looking to change that as they're finding some gaps in that Ram line. That option will do it. See what they go with here. I'm going to say option. Triple. 5:35 left.
Probably a good guess.
Second and 2. Wongler under center. 3 backs. 2 receivers left and right. Now 2 backs to the right. Man in motion. It's going to be a pitch coming to the right side for Lusk. Lusk gets to about the 30-yard line. Gets a jersey tug. I think Leak down to about the 25. It's first down yardage at least. Maybe a gain of about 8 for Lusk. So we will eventually drop below the 5-minute mark here in the first quarter. It's another first down for the Knights. They're off to a good start on their second series. First series, not all that kind, but now Triad really moving the football. And the line has really been somewhat biting. So 5:04 to go here in the first quarter.
So Mount Vernon Rams here, I mean, this defense has to find a way to be able to make some tackles. They're going to have to against this option.
With Lusk in motion and Wongler under center. Going to milk this play clock, and it's going to be a pitch to the outside. It'll be Foreman. He has running room, trying to get to that far side. He's at the 20, inside to the 15. Far sideline, he is leveled right about the 10, maybe the 9. 16-yard gain by Foreman or so. It'll be first and goal, but that was a great tackle. A little armbar action.
Flag back at the 23,
oh.
But that entire run was set up by an insane block by Andrew McElligott, who literally threw the Mount Vernon defender to the ground. Oh, hey, they're going to call that a hold.
Going to end up being a hold.
It's not going to matter, Hugo.
It's going to end up taking that off of the stat sheet.
Good thing I didn't write anything.
And so backward they will go.
I haven't learned the lesson of bringing pencils yet.
That'll erase first down run.
Nice pencil pun.
I'm with you. 4:37 remains here in the first quarter. All the action is presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland. Don't forget about those historically low 30-year mortgage rates. Give Jared or Karen a call. Community First Bank of the Heartland. See how they can save you money. So if you're watching online at WMIXSports.com, you're getting 1080p, 60 frames per second of the white hat walking off this penalty.
It's a beautiful shot of it, too.
Talking to Wongler now.
Probably seeing a clearer shot on that 1080p than we're seeing here in real life person.
Yep. Might be a Windex shortage here in the Jefferson County. But now on first and 13 or so from about the 29-yard line. On the far hash, Wongler with the option. He'll keep it himself. Runs right back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be second and about 10 after a 3-yard scamper by the quarterback, Logan Wongler. He's 5'11", 180. Senior quarterback for this Triad team. Had a big week against the Collinsville Jayhawks a week ago. The independent Collinsville Jayhawks. I believe they're playing Alton tonight. No longer a conference game, as Collinsville for football only is out of the Southwestern Conference.
Yeah, they got out of that conference because they couldn't compete in that conference.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Well, I mean, we'll see what happens to them. But the thing is, district play is probably going to throw them back in with all of those teams they were trying to get away from.
And Granite City waved bye-bye to the entire conference. So the Southwestern, which traditionally would start conference play this week, has to wait till next. Handoff going to the right side. Just an instant handoff there. That's a good tackle for the Rams. The back was McElligott. Overthought that. I think it was Weston Riding on the tackle. I don't remember the number.
Yep, it was Weston Riding on that tackle. And do we have a flag?
So worried about how to say McElligott.
You said it right there.
There we go. Can't think about it.
That's how he said it. Just don't think about it and you'll say it right.
3:28 to go here in the first quarter. Scoreless ball game. So the ball is about the Mount Vernon 28-yard line between the hashes. 23, pardon me. Whew. We'll drop below the 3-minute mark here. Third down and 8. Lusk in motion to the right side. Wongler under center. His tailback this time is McElligott. And instead, a pitch to the back. This is going to be Foreman. Has first down yardage. Has wide open space there around the 5. Darts back toward the goal line. Comes near side for the score. And Triad gets on the board first thanks to a 23-yard run by Foreman.
And what a pitch there from Wongler. He was about ready to take a huge hit, but able to get rid of the ball. And guess what? That turns it from a loss into a touchdown.
Certainly does. Quick scoreboard update for you. Brought to you by State Farm agent Tony Wilt. We'll wait until after the point after. 6-0 Knights right now. We're awaiting the PAT here. PAT up. Ooh, Rams almost got there. PAT is good. I did not get a name on the kicker. It is 7-0 Knights here in the early going. Quick Tony Wilt State Farm scoreboard. Carmi White County leads CZR 14-zip on the road. Flora leading Robinson after 1, 2-zip after a safety. After 1, Anna Jonesboro leads Massac County 6-zip at the pit. Cesarville Waltonville is all the way in Albion. They lead Edwards County after 1, 12-0. Heron leads by a field goal at DuQuoin. Baumgart a 38-yard field goal on that one. It's 3-0 Tigers. And after one, Murfreesboro and Carterville are scoreless. A rare 0-2 Carterville Lions team to start. New head coach this year, Brett Dial, taking over for legendary Dennis Drust, who, as we all know, replaced the legendary Kerry Martin at Carterville. And so there you go. Scoreboard updates presented by your State Farm agent, Tony Wiltz. Having a local agent matters for your insurance. His State Farm team is ready to help, and I think you have some more.
Have we mentioned Centralia or Marion yet?
Have not seen a Centralia or Marion.
All right,
score.
I've got a Centralia score. Mascuda leads Centralia late in the first, 12-7. Highland strikes first down in Marion. They lead 7-0 about the end of the first quarter down there in Williamson County.
Centralia, of course, offensively have struggled somewhat. Only one offensive touchdown on the year. Missing Mason Blakemore,
who's doing excellent at O'Fallon.
He definitely is. A young man with Mount Vernon ties. Dad from Mount Vernon, mom from Centralia. Now at O'Fallon, a phenomenal athlete that we got to see for a couple of years and is now making waves and actually getting national attention in the Southwestern Conference.
That'll happen when you get to the Southwestern Conference.
And excel as that young man has. So 7-0 here. Triad on top of Mount Vernon. We await the impending kickoff. Rams have Leak, the deep man. He's at about the 2-yard line. He'll get it outside the far hash at about the 1.5. To the 10, now to the 15 between the hashes, to the 20. Between the hashes still at about the 25, down to the 26. Maybe the 27, about a 26-yard kickoff return for Evan Leak. Of course, we do ask you the following. Who will be our next Josh Finley, Country Financial, WMIX Sports Ram of the Week? Contact Josh Finley at Country Financial today to talk about how he can help ensure that the future you're dreaming of is something you can proudly own no matter what it looks like. To help protect what matters most, call Josh Finley from Country Financial. Find our Ram of the Week all over social media. We post it online at WMIXSports.com. You can find it, wait for it, under the Ram of the Week menu.
Wow, so original.
3 to the right, 2 to the left. Leak in motion. He'll get the handoff. And back to the original line of scrimmage, trying to break to the outside, but Triad closed in. We'll call it a no gain for Leak. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Rams from their own 28. They trail 7-0. 2:33 left to go in this opening quarter from Ken Hunt Stadium. We're on WMIX and WMIXSports.com tonight. Chris Hugo with Kyle Norris. Jeff Crow here in the booth. The SSM Health broadcast booth. Riley Lenga back at the Mount Vernon studio. In control of the controls tonight, as they say. Or pushing the buttons, as some would say. I prefer in control. 2:07 to go in the first quarter. Out of the gun. Back. 2-step drop. It'll be Simmons. Now rolling right. Has a man. It's a pass completed for about 9 yards. As falling to get it. I did not see the target. Might have been Baden. It was Baden Rutherford. So the latest of Rutherford kids in the program is able to come away with a grab there. They'll call it an 8-yard grab. 3rd and 2 now from the Mount Vernon 35. Ball in the far hash. Rams black-clad tonight, moving from right to left. Again, a thick white stripe down the black football pants. White numerics trimmed in orange, an orange collar on that V-neck. The white sleeves with the black numeric trimmed in orange. And now Simmons out of center, under center rather. Quick inside handoff. They sniff it out. Leak is going to be pushed back for about 3 yards. We're bring up 4th and 5 or so with about a minute left to go in the opening quarter. Benton leading Pinckneyville 22-0. An emotional night in Benton. Of course, Brandon Pinson, a young man who, I think about an 09 graduate or so. You have to forgive me on the year. Passed away doing civil work, I believe in Afghanistan. They're already honoring Veterans Tonight because of 9/11, and now they honor him. And so his Rangers have a 22-0 lead against Pinckneyville after one. Fair catch called for on the punt by the Knights, and that'll be, what is going on? A Ram tries to tackle thinking that Straub was going to try to run after a fair catch, but I have no idea. It'll be 1st and 10 with the ball on the Triad 34.
Well, and along with the extra motion down there in Benton tonight, I mean, just talking about that Ranger program. They're 2-0. They've absolutely obliterated their first 2 opponents. They appear to be obliterating Pinckneyville here so far in this one. What a start for the Benton Rangers.
Well, for Justin Groves and his team, not necessarily a strong schedule to start, but they are displaying the strength to topple that schedule, and now they head into conference play next week, and you start to look at that river to river Ohio, where Harrisburg's struggling, Massac County's struggling. You look at the end of the schedule, I know Brett Dietering has time to figure it out, but, a winless AJ team so far to start the year, winless Massac, and again, we're only in week 3 now. Harrisburg's going to be 0-2 heading into week 4 with the bye week this week. Murphy is a question mark on their schedule in terms of can they get a W, but you start to look at that Benton team right now, and, you can, with a possible 3-0 start, could already been thinking it's a 6-win or better season.
Yeah, well, they definitely have a path to 6 wins, that is for sure. 40.4 left here. Triad leading 7-0 here in the home opener for Mount Vernon as we're still trying to figure things out.
We are. Rams are looking for full personnel here. They'll get it in. So there we go. 40.4 ticks to go on this first quarter clock. 7-0 the Triad lead. 1st and 10 from the Triad 35 for the Knights. Ball tucked inside the near hash. Wongler under center. Split left and right. Back to pass, looking for the quick pass to the left side. It's through the hands of Roger Wolf. And it'll fall incomplete. Stop the clock with 37.3 seconds left to go. 2nd and 10 with the ball on the 35-yard line for the Knights.
And here's something that could be very good for Mount Vernon later. That is, if they can come back in this ball game. We have not seen much passing success for this Triad team so far, and obviously when you're down late, you have to pass. You can't run.
Oh, absolutely. Split left and right, 37.3 seconds to go. The option will be an inside handoff this time. It'll be at least a 1-yard gain. Thought it might have been Lusk, but also could have been Foreman. Not McElligott.
Foreman on the carry for Triad.
So with 23 seconds left to go. It'll be 3rd down and about 7. I don't know if they'll get a playoff, but I don't know if the Rams are going to do anything to let them. So we are near the end of the first quarter. And after 1 quarter of play here at Ken Hunt Stadium, it is the Triad Knights 7, the Mount Vernon Rams nothing. We'll come back at you set for the second quarter. This is Rams football powered by Community First Bank.
Hi, this is Jared.
And Karen.
From Community First Bank.
And we have some breaking news.
Recently, 30-year mortgage rates have dropped to historic lows.
And we want to help you take advantage. Whether you just purchased a home,
have been thinking about refinancing,
or have been a homeowner for years,
these rates are just too good to pass up. Call 244-3000 and ask for me, Jared.
Or me, Karen, and let us get you started on the way to saving some money today.
Community First Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Every body is different. Some get injured while others wear down. At Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois, your unique condition is at the center of all we do. Whether you want to compete at the top of your game, play with your grandkids, or simply enjoy a day without pain, the Orthopedic Center is there for you. The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Give them a call at 618-242-3778 or visit them at orthocenter-si.com.
Follow us on social media at WMIX Sports. This is Mount Vernon Rams football.
Back for the second quarter from Ken Hunt Stadium. We're in the SSM Health broadcast booth on AM 940, 96.1 FM, and 96.5 FM with high definition at WMIXsports.com. We'll switch sides and have Triad with a 3rd and 8. From their own 37, moving right to left. And it's a 7-0 Knight lead. The Triad Knights looking for a 3-0 start to their year. The Rams trying to avoid an 0-3 beginning. So ball in the near hash at their own 37. Triad will be double tight. And now under center is Wongler with Foreman in motion. He'll split off left. And we'll try to start this quarter with a 9 on the play clock. And on the quarterback keeper out of the option, he will get about 3 yards on the play. It'll take him from the 37. And he's going to get more than a few. Get about 5.
Yeah.
It'll be 4th and 3, and I'm sure they don't look to be going for it. Well, they went for it on 4th and 8 earlier. Right about this same spot, so they must have learned their lesson, and they will not go for it with 11:30 left to go here in the first quarter. 7-0 Knights, and they will punt this away, barring any trickery. Leak is the returner at about the 13. He's between the hashes. Here's the boot. Sharp punt, and that'll be picked up at about the 22-yard line by Leak on the near hash. Still 30-35, trying to cut to the near sideline at about the 37, where he's brought down about a 15-yard return, and Leak is going to need some help getting up. And so the officials will burn a timeout here, and Kerry Hammond, the athletic trainer from the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois, is going to go have a look-see, and we hope that the star junior is okay for this Ram outfit. 11:13 left to go. We're in the first half. We'll have your Joe's Pizza and Pasta halftime report coming up after this second quarter. Of course, a reminder that streaming on the World Wide Web is presented by Rend Lake College. With more than 100 degree and certificate programs to choose from, Rend Lake College has something for everyone. Learn more at rlc.edu. Your journey starts at Rend Lake College. 11:13 left to go here, first half action. I'm Chris Hugo, Kyle Norris along for the ride. Riley Lenga back at the Mount Vernon studio. Jeff Crow with us here in the broadcast booth. Don't have any significant updates on the scoreboard.
Well, I showed you one during the break.
Off break.
Yeah, this one is surprising to me. The other South 17 that I don't think we've mentioned, well, we haven't mentioned all off, but I got the Cahokia one. Cahokia and Civic Memorial are tied 0-0 after one quarter of play at Hauser Field in Bethalto.
It is scoreless, and now after a punt return to pay dirt, the Marion Wildcats lead Highland 14-7 in the second quarter. More and more Tony Wilt State Farm scoreboards for you. Leak is coming off of the field to a loud, raucous ovation, and now the Rams have 1st and 10. It's from their own 38-yard line, inside or outside from our perspective, the near hash, with 11:13 to go here in the second quarter. It'll be just their second drive of the game. They'll have 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Out from the gun is Hunter Simmons. There's the snap, looking to pass out to the flat. It'll be complete as the Rams go up the sideline to about the 40. That was Hunter Mays. Mays gets a gain of about 2. It'll bring up 2nd and 8. So 2 through the air. That was just more, looked almost like a lateral, but it was a pass. So it'll be 2nd and 8. 11:08 left to go here in the second quarter. 7-0 Triad.
Hugo, I don't know if you remember this from last year. I don't remember Mays on this roster last year because if I remember right, he was a cross-country runner last year. This year playing football, though. Sure, Coach K appreciates that.
It's impressive. 2 left, 2 right for Simmons. He's looking again, this time Rutherford. And it was off his chest. Right in the numbers, good placement. Unfortunately, I think that was one of those situations where he thought he already had it and was looking to run upfield and didn't quite secure the football. So the clock will pause with 11:05 to go. I should say stop in this case, if we're going to be literal, as the clock will cease with 11:05 to go on the incomplete pass. It'll be 3rd and 8, ball on the 40-yard line. 7-0 Knight lead.
Hugo, that's exactly what happened. Baden Rutherford was turning and running forward. Next thing he knows, the ball's dropping behind him.
Out of the gun again, Simmons looking right, rolling right. He's not going to be able to get rid of it, and he'll step out of bounds at about the 41 where he had some help. Gain of 1 will bring up 4th and 7 for the Rams, and another drive that appears to have stalled here for this orange and black crew with 10:59 to go. They did not take much time off the clock and will not have spent much time on the field, assuming they punt. Their punter is currently on the sideline. So it'll be Simmons to punt for the Rams. 10:59 to go here. 7-0 Triad lead. We're in the first half still. Community First Bank of the Heartland. Again, historically low 30-year mortgage rates. Call Jared or Karen for more information. See how they can help you save money. Punt almost blocked, but Simmons gets it off. And it'll go out of bounds right about the Triad 32. I have a feeling they'll spot it about the 34 and screw it up. That's all right. Didn't have quite the perspective that I had. So, 1st and 10 for the Knights. They've moved the ball well since their opening drive, including a 23-yard touchdown run by Luke Foreman. That is the only offense in the game so far. After the game, we'll have the Section 618 post-game blitz on our sister station, Q106.3, hosted by Darren Kennard. 7-zip now. Double tight under center is Wongler, the QB, and he'll pitch to the right side. Lusk was in motion, finds a seam. He gets to the 40 along the far hash, looking to push his way to about first down yardage. He's shy of the 45. Made about the 43 and a half. I don't think he has the first down. He's close. It'll be second and short.
Oh, they're going to say it's a first down.
Generous spot will give a first down, so it'll be a 10-yard gain. Okay. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the Triad 44 as they're dancing with midfield. 10:35 remains here in the first half. I'm Chris Hugo. Kyle Norris is alongside. I have a feeling we're about due for a play stop, which we'll have a timeout. Timeout sponsored by First Mid Bank and Trust on the corner of 34th and Broadway in Mount Vernon. And if you'd like to earn $80 per year just for making everyday purchases, stop by First Mid Bank and Trust. Learn about the money-saving benefits that come with Premier Checking. I'd like to get $80 just for spending money, but
I've been looking down at the sideline here looking for Evan Leake, and I finally found him, and he's walking on his own power and appears to be stretching out. Hopefully we will see him back in this game soon. Hopefully it was just a cramp, but we'll just have to see. It is good to see he's walking on his own power and he's not just sitting on the bench.
absolutely, as he is up and about. As the Rams called this timeout, really couldn't get much going, and
now he's running sprints on the sideline.
he is. He's going to maybe try to give it a go if cleared. So we have about 10:36 left to go here in the first half. We're in the second quarter. Triad student section definitely on their feet.
Ooh, we just got another scoreboard update, Tony Wilt scoreboard update from Centralia, and it's not pretty. 26-7 Mascoutah after 1.
Mascoutah offense can get up and down the field. I think we know that by now.
Yep. We learned that last week.
Triad's offense now on the field.
Of course, Triad averaging 39.5 points a game first 2 games.
And now they're ready to go. And out of the option, an inside handoff to McElligott, and he will be brought down after a gain of about 2. Forward progress took him to about the 46. We'll see where the official spot is at the 10:25 mark of this second quarter. 7-zip. That is the night lead here in the early going. Wilford Printing is a custom printing shop with the largest variety of Rams apparel in Mount Vernon, where there is no custom order too big or too small. Find them at wilford-printing.com, on Facebook, or shop in their store on South 10th in Mount Vernon. 2nd and 7 now for the Triad Knights. They'll split off to the right side to the quarterback Wongler under center. Lusk will be in motion and back to pass, but chased by Rivera and dumping it off and almost getting it downfield. It falls incomplete just past the Mount Vernon 45. That was good pressure to flush out the quarterback. I believe that was Ethan Rivera.
But there's a flag on the play, and I can almost guarantee that's going to be a late hit.
That'll run it. So the flag is near where the pass was incomplete, so you betcha.
Personal foul, late hit Mount Vernon.
So it'll be a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down with 9:45 left to go. Yee. Certainly not what the Rams needed at this point. Woo-wee. Another great sponsor, Southern Illinois Tile and Carpet Supply. When it comes to flooring, remember your home team, Southern Illinois Tile and Carpet Supply in Mount Vernon. Free design and measurement, along with the largest inventory in the area. Proud supporters of the Mount Vernon Rams. So after the 15-yard penalty is walked off, it'll put the Knights at about the Mount Vernon 38-yard line. Far hash will be the spot with 9:45 to go in the opening half. 1st and 10. Triad with a 7-0 lead. Again, a 23-yard touchdown by Foreman in the first quarter. The difference in this one, along with the PAT. This triple option so far, giving Triad just that, options. Wongler under center. McElligott will come tight left side. It'll be a pitch to Foreman. Finds some running room inside the 35. Still somehow on his feet at about the 33. Got a gain of 5 or so. It'll cut it in half. Second and about 5 with 9:30 and change left to go here in the second quarter. Welcome, Kurt Zerlini, the newest ag lending team member at Community First Bank. Kurt packs a banking punch with over 15 years' experience. Find financing that fits your ag needs from the bank that truly understands the industry. Community First Bank of the Heartland, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Wongler understands his offense as he is looking to pass. Overthrown and batted away. Thought the Rams might have a chance to pick it off. That was a good bat by Landon Simpson. The orange-footed Simpson about tipped that to himself before the jump ball and tipping it down to the ground.
So far tonight, while Wongler has been good on the run, he is 1 for 6 passing.
So on 3rd and 5, we'll see what they elect to do here. The ball in the 33. Triad moving right to left. $7-0 Triad Knights. And now inside handoff McElligott. He'll be pushed back. It'll bring up 4th down. It'll be 4th and about 7. So after a 2-yard loss on the ground, good job by the Ram line and linebacking core. Maybe bring this drive to a halt. We'll see what the Knights do here on 4th. And they give it no gain. Those generous spots. It'll be 4th and 5. With 8:30 left to go here in the second quarter. Can the Rams bend but not break?
They have forced one turnover on downs here today, and they need to force another.
Triad with his offense has been able to control the clock. Under center, Wongler. Everybody's set in motion. It'll be Lusk. It'll be McElligott again on an inside handoff. And he is going to be pushed from behind. Aided a little bit, but looks like he might be short of a first down. Looks like it might have been a 4.5-yard gain when he needed 5. So McElligott going to be just short from our perspective. And it'll be a turnover on down. So the Rams, who have not had the ball long when they've had the football, not a lot of time of possession here for the orange and black. We shall see if they can make something happen on this drive.
Look who's back on the field, Mr. Hugo.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, I thought you were pointing at, I thought you meant like Triad's offense came back on the field like there's a penalty. You mean Evan Leake is back on the field. I'm picking up what you're dropping now.
There you go.
My bad. Because I saw a couple kids turn back, and I'm like, oh, I missed a flag. But no, not the case. Evan Leake back on the field. Split to the left side, 8:13 to go in the second quarter. 1st and 10 from their own 28 for the Rams. Out of the gun, single back set, 2 left, 2 right. It is Simmons rolling to the right side, has a few chasing. He'll need to dump it off or get away as he'll get to the 30 as a Triad tackler blocked his own guy, and it ends up as a 2-yard gain for Hunter. They're going to spot that as a 3-yard gain. No, they're not. Yeah, they are. They're going to give him 3 yards. So it'll be 2nd and 7, something out of nothing for number 11. With 8:05 to go in the quarter, 7-0 Triad lead, but the Rams trying to get their first down in some time. They'll break from the huddle. Rutherford and Mays to the right side. Wilson to the left. 2 back set out of the gun. Taylor and Leake the backs for the quarterback. A little bit of protection here for Hunter. Able to complete to Leake in the backfield. He has a 5-yard gain looking for 10. Breaking to the outside to about the 40. He had forward progress to the 40-yard line. They're going to give him about the 39. It's a gain of 8. It'll be a first down. And we will have a pause in the action for a battered Ram, unfortunately.
It looks like this time it is Gabe Taylor.
We have 7:49 remaining here in the second quarter. About a 1st and 10 scenario from the 39-yard line for the Rams. SSM Health broadcast booth. That's where we are located here tonight. And if you're wondering where you should go for care, visit ssmhealth.com/access/need-care-now. SSM Health, the healing power of presence. Easy to find as they're attending to Mr. Taylor on the field. Certainly hope he'll be okay. Joe's Pizza and Pasta halftime show coming up at the half. Don't forget you can follow us on social media at WMIX Sports.
We're a pretty good follow.
Can be.
Sometimes.
Depends on the sporting event.
Very reassuring.
I mean, depends on who's behind the wheel.
I feel like that's a sub-tweet in a broadcast.
Not really. Everybody tends to do their own thing sometimes, and just leaves you to wonder who's who some days. But once you get to know the guys, it doesn't take long to figure it out. The odds 99% of the time, you know it's not me anymore.
True.
7-0 score. Knights on top. 1st and 10 for the Mount Vernon 39 for Hunter Simmons out of the gun. Side back right. 2 left, 2 right. Leak in the left slot back into the game, of course. Rivera on the block, and it's going to be a slant for Leak, who gets a 5-yard gain, maybe 6 as he battles to the 45. So 6-yard gain, or reception, I should say, for Evan Leak. It'll be 2nd and 4 for the Rams with 7:30 left to go in this first half. 7-0 still to score. Triad on top.
Mount Vernon, though, looks to have something started here, and doesn't hurt that Evan Leak is back on the field.
It was a rainy night in Troy a year ago.
Oh, very rainy. And Triad led that game 17-0, 18-0, and then Mount Vernon scored the rest of the points in the game.
Absolutely. Pitch will be to Leak. Started to come toward that near sideline, then cut back along far hash and went up the middle. So he gets a gain of about 2. It'll bring 3rd and a couple here with less than 7 to play in the first half. Play clock. Of course, some changes in that philosophy this year.
As in changes to the rule. I don't think a rule's a philosophy, but, you know.
It depends on who makes it.
True. If it's the police, then it's probably a rule.
3rd and 2. It'll be a pitch coming to the near side for Leak. Oh, nice off-tackle run. He has first down yardage past midfield, brought down at about the 47. It'll be a gain of 5 or so, maybe 6. It'll be 1st and 10. Nice play for Evan Leak. Crossroads Community Hospital has 2 new specialists, Dr. Upala, an endocrinologist, and Dr. Sinwanko, a nephrologist. Call 244-4313 to schedule an appointment today. Crossroads Community Hospital is here for all of your healthcare needs. Crossroads Community Hospital caring is our mission. Our mission right now is Simba on the run. As he's looking to dump one off along that right sideline to get rid of it. He was flushed out of the pocket pretty quickly on a play that had 2 left and 2 right, with a back in the backfield out of the gun. So he rolled to the right, couldn't make much happen, and the clock will stop with 6:04 on the incomplete pass. It'll be 2nd and 10. Ball still on the Triad 47-yard line.
And for Mount Vernon here, you've seen that you can move the ball here a little bit. Just because you have an incomplete pass here and it's 2nd and 10, don't try too hard if you're Hunter Simmons or if you're Evan Leak here. You still have 2, possibly 3 plays to get 10 yards.
Out of the gun for Simmons. 2 left, 2 to the right. And offsides perhaps from the Triad Knights. Should cut it in half. It'll be 2nd and 5 from the 42. Nashville leading Westglen 28-0 at the moment. Thought I saw Carbondale was leading Waterloo 7-0. Centralia has cut that deficit against Wascuda now 26-13. That's in the second quarter. 2 right, 2 left. Those are your receivers for the Rams. Single back out of the gun. Ooh, pass to the right to Hunter Mays, and he will be brought down after. Actually, it's going to end up being a loss. Be a loss, maybe about 1. If so, it's 3rd and 6 with the 5:45 mark approaching. That's kind. No gain. So 3rd and 5.
No gain on the play. The Rams were 3rd and 5 from the Triad.
Rutherford Mays to the right. Left, it's Leak and Wilson. The back is Ethan Rivera and a quarterback keeper. Keeping it himself, Rutherford along that right side as he's past the 40 down to about the 35. It's first down yardage, about 8-yard gain for Hunter Simmons on the ground. And with 5:25 to go, the chains will move, the clock will pause. And it'll be a fresh 1st and 10 for the Rams, who are starting to move the football here in this first half of play.
And you know what we haven't seen yet, Hugo? We haven't seen a huge play from this Rams offense. You know it's going to come. It's happened in Taylorville. It's happened against Mascoutah. Eventually it's going to happen here, but right now, if they can just continue to move it consistently, they can save those plays for later in the game.
Oh, absolutely. 7-0 to score now. 5:15 left to go. We're in the second quarter. Back to pass is Simmons. He's rolling left. There's a hold in the backfield. They finally throw a flag. And looking deep ball toward the end zone. It'll plinko around and fall incomplete. But there's going to be a hold on the play. It'll bring it back 10 yards. It'll remain first down. Barring a decline. I don't know why you would ever decline that.
Yeah, that flag was clearly seen by everyone on the home stands, and there's going to be no complaint about that.
Marion and Highland now tied up at 14. That's getting later in the second quarter. So this one will come backward here for the Rams. It'll be first and that's going to be right about 20 because it happened near the line of scrimmage.
Now officially holding on the offense.
Brings it back to the 44. Again, it happened near the line. And so it'll be first and 20 for the Rams. 5:04 remains here in the second quarter. 7-0 is still Triad's lead.
Penalty backs the Rams up to the 44-yard line. First and 10.
3 right, 1 to the left are the targets, at least potentially, for Simmons out of the gun. Leak will be in motion toward that left slot. Looking downfield, looking left. Coming back to the right, has Mays downfield. Simmons trying to get rid of it. Pump fake, and it's going to be picked off. Looking for Leak at about the 35-yard line. Coming over the top and taking a great angle was Anthony LaRue. And the safety's going to come up with the pick, and that'll be a big turnover here with 4:55 to go in the first half. It gives Triad field position at about the 36-yard line in their own territory. It'll be first and 10 for the Knights.
Man, what a killer way to end a drive where you were moving the ball well. Whew. That's brutal.
Certainly not what you want to see. We know that. And we also know that 30-year mortgage rates have dropped to a historic low.
Oh.
If you've been thinking about refinancing, now's the time. Stop by Community First Bank, ask for Jared or Karen, and learn how they can save you money. Community First Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. So with 4:55 to go, we're in second quarter. Ken Hunt Stadium moving right to left of the Knights. They lead 7-0. It'll be first and 10 from their own 36. The ball is on the near hash under center, the quarterback. Wongler will have Foreman in motion. Instead, an inside handoff to McElligott. To about the 40-yard line, he has 4, and the Rams will bring him down as he went off tackle to the left. And it'll be about a 4-yard gain. 2nd and 6 for 30 mark is what we should hit before this next play.
Simmons and Matt Simmons.
4:27 left. We are in the second quarter. Rams need a stop.
They have forced 2 turnovers on down here, but, they haven't forced an actual turnover yet. They haven't forced a fumble and recovered. They haven't picked off any passes. They haven't forced any turnovers like that. One of those would be big right here.
And now, what are we going to have? The third Triad timeout or the second Ram timeout?
Third Triad.
Triad knows you can't take them with you. They'll burn it. And at First Mid Bank and Trust, you can count on familiar faces providing friendly banking service. Stop by First Mid at the corner of South 34th and Broadway. Talk with Michelle Maher, Shelley Keeneth, and the entire First Mid team today. 4:05 left to go in the second quarter. When we come out of the timeout, it'll be 2nd and 6 for the Knights. Ball on their own 40-yard line on the near hash. And Triad leads this one 7-0. And so really, all intents and purposes, the Rams have found a way to slow down the offense tonight.
Yeah, and like I said, they scored 38 against Mattoon. They scored 41 against Collinsville. Tonight, they have only scored 7 points so far. Unfortunately for the Rams, Triad has been stifling their offense a little bit. The one drive where they had something going was the one drive that ended in an interception.
That'll be a running clock in Franklin County. Benton leads Pinckneyville 44-zip at the half. We'll get you a full look at the Tony Wilt State Farm scoreboard here in a little bit. Also try to catch you up on Centralia Mascoutah, Marion Highland, Carbondale Lou, Altoff Mater Dei, and Cahokia Civic Memorial. As far as games involving the South 7. 4:05 left here in the second. Second and 6 now for the Knights out of the timeout. Ball in the 40. And back to pass is Wongler looking downfield to the right side. A little fade number, and that's brought in. That's a good catch right about the 35. Target looked like it might have been LaRue or 28.
LaRue,
yeah. That's right the first time. Wow, and that's going to be a 35-yard completion. For 30. Yeah, no, 25 is right the first time.
You can trust your gut, Hugo.
I may have said 35, though. I don't know. Either way.
Yeah.
3:55 left to go. That's a big first down for the Knights.
Official timeout.
So if we have official timeout on the field.
And we're not exactly sure why.
Wow, they want more time on the clock. 7-0 Knights. First and 10 from the Mount Vernon 35 after that big completion to LaRue up the right sideline. Nice fade pass. That was a great drop by Wongler. Just dropped it in there. Locally, Cesarville Waltonville, an 18-7 lead over Edwards County. And we'll have an offside for the Rams. Unless it's a false start, but man, it looked like an offside for sure. Well, that'll cut it in half. It'll be 1st and 5 from the Mount Vernon 30. Along the right hash, just below the 4-minute mark. Now tiptoeing to the line of scrimmage. Split to the left for the Knights, running this triple option. Wongler, the quarterback, is under center. Lusk in motion. They'll bump into each other. McGilligan will be brought down. It'll be a loss of about 2 or 3, so it'll bring up 2nd and 8.
Kevin Mathis on the tackle for the Rams.
McGilligan and maybe the quarterback, the Wongler, run into each other on the handoff. And they pay the price on the lost yardage. Seven 0 score. Triad on top. Chris Hugo, Cal Norris alongside. Riley Lenga back at the studio. Jeff Crow on the SSM Health broadcast booth. WMIXSports.com has streaming video of this one. Wolf split to the left side. Now comes tight. Lusk is in motion under center. Wongler. Fake pitch now comes left. Ooh, there's Foreman. Nice run. He's down to the 30. Gets inside. He'll be pushed down at about the 26. They might give him all the way to the 25.
And if he got to the 25, that's a first down for Triad.
However, the marker is right on the 25. The ball is on the
25 and a half.
So say the 4th down side. So it'll be 3rd and short, 3rd and inches, if you will.
3rd and short for Triad at the Mount Vernon 25.
So now you desperately need a stop if you're the Mount Vernon defense here. This is a little bit different situation than the bend but don't break. You really need to bend the other way here.
2:20 left to go here in the opening half. Quick handoff McGonigal. He's going to run toward the far side. Almost bulldozes a guy. But as he gets down, first down yardage inside the 20. He bulldozes his man, but there's a flag. We'll see what that flag is. With 2:13 left to go in the half. It was a first down plus some.
Holding on Triad.
Hold on Triad. It's going to come back.
Hugo, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Were you a Harry Potter fan?
Nope.
Because you just said McGonagall, and that was the professor in Harry Potter.
Was also a former guy at Channel 5, Pat.
Oh, Pat McGonagall, too, yeah.
What did I say? What is it?
McElligott.
That's right. My apologies to the McElligott family.
I got to say, that was a great name you came up with, though.
Whoops. Yeah, that'll happen.
Yeah.
2:13 left to go. Third, and because it was so deep down the field, it'll only be about a loss of 2 at the end of the day. It'll still be third and short. So McElligott, Foreman, Lusk the backs for Wongler. Lusk will be in motion. Deep under center is the quarterback, and Wongler will do a flick pitch out to the left side. And that's going to be short, as Foreman was brought down at about the 32. So it'll be 4th and short, and we'll have a late flag. That's not going to bode well for the future. It's not good for business.
Oh, boy. Yeah, that late flag's going to be for some extracurriculars on Mount Vernon. It's going to be unsportsmanlike. Yep. Don't say bad words to the refs, kids.
Minute 58 left to go in the first half here. A 7-0 lead for the Triad Knights with the ball formerly on the 27-yard line. The coaching staff wanting an explanation, and he should get one in that case. So it would have been about a loss. Will now not even matter. So they'll walk it off. So that'll take us down inside the 20. We're in the red zone now. Inside the 15. So after the 15-yard penalty, take us to the 13 or thereabouts.
Now would be a good time to force that first turnover.
As we drop below the 2-minute mark, and after this penalty, the Rams do need to come up with a big stop. Keep some other things in check as well. Ball's on the near hash. Wongler under center. And inside handoff, McElligott. That's going to be a big tackle by Rivera. That lowered the boom, and now that'll be a second down. The clock will continue to run here. 7-0 Triad on top. We'll drop to the minute 45 mark, and now you hope the Rams are okay.
And I think Ethan Rivera was looking to make up for that penalty that he just committed that cost his team 15 yards.
Minute 46 left to go. The clock will pause with the player on the field. There used to be hits like that every Friday night.
And the player they're tending to for Mount Vernon does appear to be Rivera.
We hope everything's good there. At the half, Highland leads Marion 21-14. Of course, we'll catch you up on a 20-volt scoreboard at the half in our Joe's Pizza and Pasta halftime show. As Rivera comes off the field, hopping off, celebrating. A thunderous hit.
That was interesting way for a technically injured player to come off the field.
Minute 46 to go. It is 2nd and 10. Ball on the 13-yard line inside the near hash. Moving right to left. Triad with a minute 45 to go. 7-0 the night lead. Rams trying to come up with a stop. We'll have plenty to talk about in your Joe's Pizza and Pasta halftime. Recap the first half, preview the second half, get you caught up on some scores and stats. Wongler under center. Lusk in motion from left to right. He'll split off right side. About 6 on the play clock. Finally rolling right is the quarterback, and he'll be swallowed up. There's Leak to help bring him down. Loss of 7, and that'll bring up 3rd and 17 for the Knights.
Mount Vernon's sideline is pointing that they have the ball. But they're going to say there was no fumble there.
Keep pointing, and it'll be 3rd and 10. 3rd 17, pardon me, with a minute 20 left to go. Triad will be deliberate with the clock at this point. If they were to stumble, not wanting to give the Rams much time, if any. Good clock management, good offense so far for the Knights. Really kept the Rams at bay. This all started as a result of an interception, if memory serves correctly.
Yes, this drive, yeah.
Triad just continues to eat clock. Drop below the 50-second mark. Now Triad in a hurry to get to the line. Lusk was going to go in motion, stopped, and now a fade pattern here. And that's almost picked off in the end zone. Did have some pushing in the far corner of the end zone. And then I believe it was number 20, Landon Simpson, that tried to get in the middle and intercept that one. But it falls incomplete. Stops the clock with 40.7 seconds left. That's 4th and 17.
And at first I thought that was a flag, but I believe that's the pylon that was knocked over there on the far sideline.
Yes. So 40.7 ticks to go on the second quarter clock. It's 4th and 17 now for the Knights. And the kicking team is in, and we have whistles.
Timeout, Mount Vernon.
So First Mid Bank and Trust timeout. First Mid is your one-stop financial resource. In addition to banking services, First Mid also offers wealth management, insurance, and ag services. Plan, save, and protect with First Mid. What was once a steadily approaching halftime
has slowed down a little bit.
Now to snail's pace. Rams hope that a possible missed field goal is on the horizon, as it looks like the Knights are going to go for a 37-yard three-pointer.
Let's see here. How many field goals have they scored? Travis Spears got 2 field goals here on the season already for these Triad Knights.
Looking for a 37-yarder here. Ball on the far hash, looking to split the uprights with 40.7 seconds left. There's the hold. The kick is up. I don't think it has the distance, and it's going to fall short. So with 36.9 seconds, it's a missed field goal. The Rams will have the football for about 36.9er. See what they can do in that amount of time.
So basically, you got to think 2-minute offense on extra speed here.
I know what I can do in 36.9 seconds. I can order a pizza online at orderjoes.com for Joe's Pizza and Pasta. Or just gather up your friends and head to Joe's on game night just off the square on Jordan Street in Mount Vernon. We'll have that Joe's Pizza and Pasta halftime report coming up at the break.
I would really like for you to prove you can order a Joe's Pizza in 36.9 seconds.
I didn't mean literally 36.9, but 36.9 football seconds, absolutely.
Well, that's not as impressive.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. 1st and 10 for the Rams. And they will just be content with running out the clock and going into the halftime locker room. Probably not a bad move.
They will get the ball in the second half, so.
There's that. Community First Bank of the Heartland, the official voice of the Rams and Lady Rams here on WMIX. We'll have Lady Rams volleyball coming your way throughout the week next week, both on your radio and on the web at WMIXSports.com. We expect to have video next Friday night from Altoff. We'll double check that. And right now we're going to double check our stats and get you a scoreboard update after a break. When we come back, we'll have your Joe's Pizza and Pasta halftime show. Halftime score, the Triad Knights 7, the Mount Vernon Rams 0. This is Rams football powered by Community First Bank.
Hi, this is Jared.
And Karen.
From Community First Bank.
And we have some breaking news.
Recently, 30-year mortgage rates have dropped to historic lows.
And we want to help you take advantage. Whether you just purchased a home,
have been thinking about refinancing,
or have been a homeowner for years,
these rates are just too good to pass up. Call 244-3000 and ask for me, Jared.
Or me, Karen, and let us get you started on the way to saving some money today.
Community First Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
If you're looking for a new doctor, look no further than the new SSM Health Provider Finder. Search for physicians online based on conditions and treatments, name spellings and pronunciations, and locations near you. What's more, SSM Health doctors are known for taking the time to listen and connect with you. We call this the healing power of presence. You'll find this helpful tool at ssmhealth.com/doctors.
Here's Jeff Schmidt for Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac of Mount Vernon. Right now, you can save up to $14,000 on the hot-selling 19 Cadillac Escalade. This is a remarkable deal on the hottest-selling Cadillac on the market. Come see us at Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac, or if you're in the market for any Cadillac, we have them all right here in Mount Vernon, Illinois.
Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac of Mount Vernon, 3423 Broadway in Mount Vernon.
Joe's Pizza in Mount Vernon is known for their outstanding real Chicago-style pizza and pasta, dine-in or carry-out. But did you know that Joe's offers catering? Yes, Joe's Pizza caters everything, no matter the size. But better yet, their prices are just as appealing as their menu selections. Appetizers, salads, pasta and Alfredo specials, and oven-baked specialties like mostaccioli, lasagna, even eggplant parmesan. Just remember, Joe's Pizza caters everything. Call Joe's today to find out more. 242-2600.
This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports. The Joe's Pizza and Pasta halftime show starts now.
Here at the Halfkin Hunt Stadium on the campus of Mount Vernon Township High School, the Triad Knights possess a 7-0 lead over the Mount Vernon Rams, and we welcome you into the Joe's Pizza and Pasta halftime show. Joe's Pizza and Pasta is the people's choice for favorite Italian restaurant. Mark Thursday night on your calendar. All you can eat spaghetti, garlic sticks, salad, and drink for only $6. Gather up all your friends and head to Joe's on game night. Joe's Pizza and Pasta, just off the square on Jordan Street in Mount Vernon. As we take a look at some scores from around the area. Chris Hugo with Kyle Norris alongside, by the way. Halftime scores, Carbondale leads Waterloo 7-0. Carmi White County a 14-6 lead over CZR. Flora leads Robinson 8-zip. AJ, Anna Jonesboro, doubling up Massac County 28-14. Benton will have a running clock in the second half. They lead Pinckneyville at the break 44-0. Again, SVW leads Edwards County 18-7. It was Highland leading Marion 21-14. I believe Civic Memorial led Cahokia 7-6. At the half, Salem trails Columbia. Columbia leads Salem, if you will, 35-0. Fairfield leads Chester, pitching a shutout, 24-0. They just opened the third quarter in Carbondale. The Terriers lead 14-0. Centralia, nope. Mascuda leads Centralia 35-20. They are still in the first half. Mater Dei leads Althoff 21-20 at the break. And here, Triad leads your Mount Vernon Rams to the tune of 7-0. Scoreboard updates all season long, all night long, even all forever long on the World Wide Web at WMIXSports.com. It's sponsored by Tony Wilt. Contact your local State Farm agent, Tony Wilt. Having a local agent matters for your insurance. His State Farm team is here to help. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk more about this one. The Mount Vernon Rams and the Triad Knights were here at halftime. Joe's Pizza and Pasta halftime show will continue in just a bit, but first we'll sneak out and come back and tell you a little bit more. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports.
Missed the fall semester at Ren Lake College? Spring classes are right around the corner. Don't miss another chance to start your journey at RLC. Spring registration is happening now. Give them a call, and their academic advisors will be happy to put you on the path to your educational goals. Call 437-5321 today to schedule your appointment, or visit rlc.edu to get started now. Ren Lake College, your journey starts here.
Maybe you run. Or just run errands. Either way, you're moving. But what if you're told that you need a joint replaced or back surgery? You go to the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. With fellowship-trained orthopedic specialists in locations all across Southern Illinois, the Orthopedic Center will get you back to an active, pain-free life. The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Give them a call at 618-242-3778 or visit them at orthocenter-si.com.
This is Mount Vernon Rams football, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland.
AM 940, 96.1 FM, as well as 96.5 FM. Worldwide, live streaming video at WMIXSports.com. Joe's Pizza and Pasta halftime show continues. I'm Chris Hugo. Kyle Norris is alongside. Here at the break, the Triad Knights, a 7-0 lead over your Mount Vernon Rams. Kyle has some scoring and stats.
Yeah, and those were really easy to tally up because there's not much to tally up for either side. Triad is leading when it comes to offensive yards, and they only have 136 total yards unofficially here in the first half. 30 of those passing, 25 of those on a strike between Wongler and LaRue. And for the rushing side, they do have over 100 yards there. Wongler, the QB, has almost half of those. He's got 50 yards. McElligott with, what's my math say, 7? Well, that's not right, 17. Anthony Lusk has 17 as well. And then Foreman has got 42 yards. And so that's where all the yards come in for the Triad Knights. For Mount Vernon, just 52 yards. Hunter Simmons here in the first half went 4 for 7 with an INT and 24 yards passing. He ran for 19 yards. Evan Leake ran for 9 yards. He has 14 yards receiving, so 23 yards total. And then the other 10 yards of receiving, 2 of them go to Hunter Mays, and the other 8 go to Baden Rutherford. And that's it, folks. Those are all the stats we got. Just under 200 yards total offense combined for both of these teams in the first half.
Well, defense has certainly been tough for the Rams, but you look at the Triad defense, they had that interception to set them up with decent field position. However, the Rams defense came up big, came up with a stop, and could have been sitting down maybe 14-0 as opposed to 7-0. So give the Ram defense a lot of credit here. Triad defense deserves some credit of their own as well for stifling the Ram offense. We just can't seem to find the rhythm.
And, the good news is Mount Vernon's last drive, like we mentioned here, they were starting to get moving before that pick. And so maybe they were finding a little bit of momentum. Maybe they just wanted to get to halftime. They will receive the ball to start the second half. And so we'll just have to see. Maybe they think they found something. Maybe they will be able to tie it up here first drive into the second half. Maybe we'll have a brand new ball game here in the third quarter.
Joe's Pizza and Pasta sponsors this halftime show. Get all the friends, all of your friends, maybe people who aren't your friends, and head to Joe's. Pizza, pasta, so much more. Find a full menu at orderjoes.com or even order online and have it delivered on game night. 7-0 Triad here at the break. We have about 11 minutes before we start the second half. We'll take a break, come back, talk about said second half, maybe analyze some other games from around the area here tonight. But here at the half at Kid Hunt Stadium, 7-zip Triad on top. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports.
Here's Bonnie Armandaris on why she chooses Crossroads Community Hospital.
The very first night, every single one of the staff took the time to introduce themselves personally, told me how they personally would help me recover, and they cared. They saw me, Bonnie, the person, not my chart. They talked to me. They listened to me. That's what Crossroads is. They see me. That's why I like them.
Crossroads Community Hospital, where caring is our
One
mission.
Stop Flooring America knows when it comes to your home, you want it all. All the best flooring styles with all the best features. We also know you don't want to spend it all. That's why One Stop Flooring America created the soft, strong, and waterproof flooring sale. Right now, you can save big on Tigressa carpet, or let us show you our wide selection of the beautiful and durable waterproof luxury vinyl plank floors. Take advantage of interest-free financing, and remember, we measure for free and offer a lifetime installation guarantee. Now that's getting it all without spending it all. Come into One Stop Flooring America, 318 South 10th Street, Mount Vernon, 242-5712.
The old saying goes, nothing beats free. Hi, this is Becky Connor at People's National Bank. At People's National Bank, we agree. Our free checking account is just that, free. You get free paper statements, your first box of checks are free, unlimited check writing plus free access to over 33,000 ATMs nationwide with our MoneyPass network. If you like free, and we think you do, stop by People's National Bank today and open your free checking account with only $100. People's National Bank, proudly serving Southern Illinois since 1909. Member FDIC.
Here's Jeff Miller from Holes Hours.
You guys got to check this 19 Ram 1500 crew cab, brand new 4-wheel drive. Sticker price $45,565. We're taking $15,772 off. That's crazy.
Tax, title, license, and doc not included. Rebates and discounts have been applied. See us on Facebook or go to wholeshours.com. Save on all new Chrysler inventory during Ram Power Days at Holes Hour Auto and Motorsports, Route 127 North in Nashville.
This is Mount Vernon Rams football, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland.
WMIX, WMIXsports.com. Here at the half, the Mount Vernon Rams trailed the Triad Knights 7-0. Kyle, and again, talking about that first half that was. For the Rams, couldn't get a lot going offensively, did well defensively. For the Knights, they started to find a rhythm after their first drive of the game, but then kept running into that Ram defense and kept coming up with stops.
And so basically I'd say one of the biggest keys to the second half, which they started to find a little something like I mentioned there on that last drive, the Mount Vernon offense needs to figure something out. They need they need more than 52 total yards of offense. That's not just Evan Leake and Hunter Simmons. That is the entire offense here so far tonight unofficially. 52 yards and a half is not going to do it for you, and hopefully they find a little bit more momentum here in the second half, and they do receive here in the second half, so maybe we see some play one trickery. I'd like to see some play one trickery to go for a touchdown and just immediately make this a tie ball game.
I'll tell you what, aside from Carbondale, it's not necessarily a good night to be a South 7 team. Rams trail Triad here at the half, 7-0. Civic Memorial leads Cahokia 7-6 at the half. Mascoutah a 42-20 halftime lead over Centralia at the break. Carbondale does lead Waterloo to start the third quarter, 14-7. Highland is leading Marion at the half, 21-14, and Mater Dei a 21-20 leader over the Althoff Crusaders at the half. And some very interesting scores from around the region. We'll take another break, come back, check the regional scoreboard maybe. Here on your Joe's Pizza and Pasta halftime show. Of course, Rams Sports on your radio, as you know by now, presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland. They welcome Kurt Zerlini, the newest ag lending team member at Community First Bank. Kurt packs a banking punch with over 15 years' experience. Find financing that fits your agriculture needs from the bank that truly understands the industry. Community First Bank of the Heartland, member FDIC, equal housing lender. We'll take another break. This is Rams football powered by Community First Bank.
Hi, this is Jared.
And Karen.
From Community First Bank.
And we have some breaking news.
Recently, 30-year mortgage rates have dropped to historic lows.
And we want to help you take advantage. Whether you just purchased a home,
have been thinking about refinancing,
or have been a homeowner for years,
these rates are just too good to pass up. Call 244-3000 and ask for me, Jared,
or me, Karen, and let us get you started on the way to saving some money today.
Community First Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The 2020 Toyota Corolla has made it to the King City. Greater than ever, the 2020 Corolla is the king of compacts, and you can find a great selection at Munkin Toyota in Mount Vernon. The Corolla's striking design is lower, wider, and more aggressive, and the pricing is aggressive too, with affordable MSRP and great savings when you check out the Munkin Z price at MunkinToyotaMountVernon.com. Come see why 2020 is shaping up to be the best year yet at Munkin Toyota, just west of the interstates in Mount Vernon.
Back to the SSM Health Broadcast Booth. This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports.
WMIX, WMIXSports.com, 7-0 here at the break. The Mount Vernon Rams trailing the Triad Knights. Second quarter, or I should say second half, not far from us now. And Kyle, really, for this Ram bunch, you just hope to make something happen in the second half, but I think there's a huge positive forthcoming in the fact they will have the football to start the third quarter.
And like I said, they're going to have an opportunity to make this a brand new ball game here early. And, maybe just a big play, get Mount Vernon on the board is what Mount Vernon needs to take the momentum back in this one and maybe knock Triad off their game a little bit. It's going to be a key here. Mount Vernon has to do something here on this first drive. Even if it's not scoring, they need to at least put a drive together and show the Triad defense that we're not going to let you hold us to 52 yards offense again.
We talked about a South 7 scoreboard just a moment ago, and we kind of said we might analyze some of the other games. I also said I might get to a regional scoreboard again in a second. We might still do that. Althoff, an 0-2 team against a 1-1 Mater Dei. It's a 1-point game at the half. And right now, Mater Dei, a nice lead there. But I think you take a deeper look, maybe skipping past a couple of the others, you look at Civic Memorial and Cahokia, where it's 7-6. Civic on top. That has potential to be a big one.
Let me tell you about this one. CM has rehired probably the greatest CM football coach in history, Rick Reinhardt. He's now the offensive coordinator back at CM this year. And obviously, he's already doing great things for him. But I think that score right there, if CM holds on, I think that says more about CM than it does Cahokia. I think Cahokia is still going to be one of the top teams in the South 7, but I just think CM might actually have a special season coming in 2019.
They could very well. Carbondale, meanwhile, is 2-0, looking for 3-0. Waterloo,
they're not a winless team this year.
No, but Carbondale, has struggled in the first half of games. They did so, I believe, against Granite City. I know they did against Murphy. But are 2-0 for a reason, and no reason not to think that it's possible that they might be 3-0 by the time the night is over. It's Muscuda over Centralia that after seeing last week's result against the Rams, it may not be too much of a surprise.
No, that's not really a surprise at all. And when it comes to that Carbondale-Waterloo game, I have all the faith in the world in Brian Lee. I'm not worried about that Carbondale team at all. They're going to do what they need to do. And Muscuda may actually be one of the best teams in the Valley here this year. After seeing them play against Mount Vernon and seeing what they're doing to Centralia, they have a very good ball club in Muscuda this year.
They certainly do. And Rams saw it last week, and they will see Althoff next week. The question is, will Althoff be 0-3? They do trail Mater Dei at the half, 21-20. Scoreboard updates all night long, powered by Tony Wilcher, State Farm Agent. We're in the midst of your Joe's Pizza and Pasta halftime show. We need to take one final break. We'll come back. We'll get you the second half here from Ken Hunt Stadium. This is Rams football, powered by Community First Bank.
This is Chase Landers with Landers Towing and Collision Centers of Mount Vernon and Salem, your I-CAR Gold Class collision repair professionals. So what exactly does I-CAR certified mean? It means that after an accident, you can rest easy knowing your vehicle is in good hands. It means we'll do a complete diagnostic scan on vehicles before the repairs are started and after they're completed to ensure that all electrical equipment and components are working properly. And it means that your vehicle will be repaired using state-of-the-art measuring technology that gets us within 1 millimeter of the vehicle manufacturer's recommended specifications. Whether your vehicle is made of 6000 series aluminum alloy or ultra high strength steel structures, we have the latest technology to complete the repairs required. And now you can receive a repair estimate from us without ever leaving the comfort of your home and office. Just ask us about our new mobile app. Let us show you why Landers is the most qualified collision repair experts in the area. Landers Towing and Collision Centers in Mount Vernon and Salem. Just give us a call, 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS.
Your home for the Mount Vernon Rams is WMIX Sports, powered by Community First Bank.
All your sports medicine needs.
WMIX, WMIXsports.com. Chris Hugo, Kyle Norris alongside. As we will begin the second half momentarily, we need to figure out who's going to be our next WMIX Sports Josh Finley Country Financial Ram of the Week. See Josh Finley at Country Financial to learn more about protection for the things in your life that matter most. And get started on a plan for a comfortable future. Contact Josh Finley today at Country Financial. After 3, Benton leads Pinckneyville 52-0. So the Rangers well on their way to 3-0. Headed into conference play starting next week. As all six team conferences will start conference play next week.
Man, that Benton Ranger team looks really good.
They certainly do. Certainly do. If I'm not mistaken, obviously Mount Vernon's at Althoff next week. I feel like it's...
I think Centralia goes to Carbondale.
Pretty sure. And then Marion Cahokia. Or wait.
Centralia and Carbondale do play each other next week. I just don't know where it's at.
Sure, it's not Centralia Cahokia?
No, it's Centralia
Okay.
Carbondale. I am almost 100% confident in that.
All of that is on my laptop, which neglected to make it here
Travis
to
Spade
my
will kick off the Triad.
Cardinal at Centralia, Marion at Cahokia. So we wait the kickoff here as the Rams will have possession to start this second half. It'll all be presented to you, regardless of how you access us, by Community First Bank of the Heartland. Simpson back to return, as is the deep man, Evan Leake. And this one's going to be a boomer back inside the 5 at about the 2.5. Leake running right down the middle. He's at the 20. Tried to juke left or make a move left. And gets to about the 24. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams. They'll start about the 24, 25-yard line. 8 seconds off of the clock in this second half. It's 7-0 Triad. They lead in the third quarter. A game that for some would be considered briskly moving, but you take a look at that running clock 24 miles to our south, and Benton Pinckneyville will be the first one done tonight.
Which means we may have an early Section 618 post-game blitz going on Q106, our sister station.
Early and long. Darren Kennard may have to fill some time.
Mr. Kennard knows what he's doing, though.
Absolutely. Already sent a little jab his way. 11:52 to go. We're in the third, just underway. Out of the eye, under center, the quarterback. It's going to be a handoff. Left side goes Leake, trying to get back to the line. Does so. Gets to the outside and to about the 30. Gain about 5 or 6, and that'll bring up 2nd and 4. 11:43 to go here in this third quarter as we just start the second half. Streaming presented by Red Lake College. If you need a career change, Red Lake College offers dozens of programs focused on putting you in a new job in as little as a year. Find out more at rlc.edu. Red Lake College, your journey starts here.
Eventually, these Rams have to open up the playbook. You would think they're going to do it eventually because right now they're basically playing Triad's game.
Pretty much. 2 left, 2 right. The receivers out of the gun for the quarterback, Simmons. A back to his right, looks to pass, completes to Leak at about the 30, gets down far sideline. About the 39. We'll see where they push him out of bounds. Look at him to spot at the 40, gain of 12. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams. Clock will pause at 11:37. So 12-yard completion to Evan Leak moves the chains for the Rams.
Well, it looks like the offensive momentum hasn't stopped for Mount Vernon, and that is good to see here as they look to tie this game up early in the third quarter.
11:30 left to go. Third quarter action. We're 30 seconds in. They'll go 3 right, probably put Leak in motion with 1 left. Out of the gun, the quarterback is Simmons. At least they have thus far tonight. Snap count there, and a hard count might have gotten Triad to jump. False start on the Rammers.
That's no bueno.
Carbondale adds a TD. They now lead Waterloo 21-7.
And Carmi leads CZR after 3, 14-6.
It's a close one. $11:16 to go in the third, 7-0. Triad on top, so that penalty pushes the Rams back to a 1st and 15. Ball will be on their own 35-yard line. They'll have 3 to the right side. Leak, Mays among them. Empty backfield. And now it's a handoff to Leak, who's trying to find his way back to the far side. He'll get a couple back. It'll be 2nd and 13.
They're going to place that at the 37, a 2-yard run for Leak. He still on the day only has 15 rushing yards.
For all your flooring needs and the latest styles in carpet, ceramic tile, luxury vinyl planks, and hardwood and laminate, no job is ever too big or too small at Southern Illinois Tile and Carpet Supply in Mount Vernon. Back to pass and running now to the right side will be Simmons. He'll have to dump one off. Throws to about midfield where it falls incomplete for the Rams.
Incomplete pass intended. It'll be a 3rd down and 13.
So 3rd and 13. The clock stopped. 10:15 left. 7-0 game. Rutherford and Mays to the right. Wilson and Leak left. I think Rivera's the back. Right slot now, Leak in motion. And Simmons looking downfield, has some running room, and he will keep it and try to get to the outside where he's brought down after a gain of a couple. It'll be 4th and 11.
I think they're going to give him a few more yards than that. They're going to spot it around the 41. So it's going to be 4th and 9.
So 9:50 mark here, the third. It'll be 4th and 9 for the Rams. Ball is on their own 41-yard line. They trail 7-0, and Leak will punt.
That is not the start that you wanted if you were Coach K and the Mount Vernon Rams.
Drew Straub, Luke Foreman back to return for the Knights. The long snap is, well, eventually going to happen. There it is. It's going to be high over the head of Leak. He'll dribble somewhat. There's not enough time for him to get a punt off, and he's going to try to make some out of nothing. He's finding his footing. He's at the 30. Has a chance to come back to the near side. 35-40. Gets a nice block. He's at the 45. Midfield. First down. 45. 40. Down to the 35. Out of bounds at the 34. No flags. I don't believe it. He will have a 26-yard run after a botched punt. High snap on a punt turns into a first down, and you've got to be kidding. Absolutely kidding.
I know I said the Rams need a big play. That is honestly the last thing that I expected to get a big play out of.
So that'll make it 1st and 10 for the Rams.
It works.
Well, where should you go for care? Well, visit ssmhealth.com/access/need-care-now. SSM Health, the healing power of presence. Looking to pass, quick connect to the right side. That'll be to Rutherford, and he'll be brought down by a horse collar at about the 25.
And they call it, too. They have not been calling horse collars really the first 2 weeks, but they absolutely see that one, and Mount Vernon's going to be getting more yards.
Absolutely. The Rams are going to get another 1st down.
Horse collar on, Triad, 15 yards.
Rutherford, a good grab and a good way to fall, too. I mean, because so many times the horse collar can lead to injury, and he fell the right way, thankfully. At least it looked like from up here. And so with 8:59 to go, it'll be a 1st down on the penalty for the Rams.
And what looked like a dead drive, which, Mount Vernon's Mount Vernon's ready to go, and they haven't marked off the yards yet.
Rutherford, who just grabbed the completion, reeled it in, trying to get the Rams fans on their feet. All of the action all season long, all year long is presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland. Two receivers right, two left. Rivera at the back for the quarterback. Simmons out of the gun. It's Mays and Rutherford right. Leak and Wilson left. We need to get things straightened out on the far sideline.
Yeah,
get that chain gang moving.
Timeout is, I don't think Mount Vernon actually called a timeout. Chain gang, yeah.
An official timeout to get the chain gang straightened out because it's not a 1st and goal situation. There they are. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 12. So the Rams can get another 1st down without scoring, but they'll spread it out here. Single back shotgun set for Hunter Simmons from the Triad 12. Ball in the near hash, moving right to left. That'll be a quarterback keeper, and Simmons is going to dive forward, maybe a no gain. Or maybe a gain of 1, depends on the spot, obviously.
Gain of a foot.
Tackle for Triad. 2nd down, Rams.
8:33 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Rams are threatening for their 1st score of the night. Two backs set out of the gun for Simmons. Tight on the right side. They're looking left. Simmons looking right. Going to be flushed out. Have to get away. Off balance throw toward Leak in the end zone, and that'll fall incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 9. Clock will stop with 8:14 left to go. 7-0 currently the score as Triad remains on top.
You got to give credit to Triad. Hunter Simmons has been under pressure all night long. All night long. He has not been able to get comfortable there in the pocket, and that's part of the reason why Mount Vernon has not gotten on the scoreboard yet.
Evan Leak could be making a case be another future WMIX Sports, Josh Finley Country Financial Ram of the week. Tell you more about that. Out of the gun, 3rd and 9. Two left, two right are the receivers for Simmons. His back is Rivera. Looks left, completed in the flat to Evan Leak, trying to shake and bake. Nice spin move at about the 10, gets inside the 5, still on his feet, doubles back to the far side, touchdown. 11-yard completion, touchdown style to Evan Leak, and the Rams cut it to 1. It's 7-6. What a move by Leak. Out in the flat, inside the 10, broke a tackle, spun at the 5, went toward the far corner to get in, and the Rams get an 11-yard touchdown reception by Evan Leak.
How many tackles did Evan Leak break on that play? 3, 4, a lot for 11 yards?
Many.
So impressive.
So Landon Simpson, the left-footed soccer-style kicker, as they all are these days, will come on for the PAT to try to tie this one up with 8:03 to go. We're in the 3rd quarter from Ken Hunt Stadium on the campus of Mount Vernon Township High School 2.0. Kick is up. It looks good. Reaction says it is. The officials say it is. It's tied at 7 with 8:03 remaining here in the third.
Well, it's a brand new ball game, Mr. Hugo. This is fun.
What a play by Evan Leake. Of course, contact Josh Finley at Country Financial to talk about how he can help ensure that the future you're dreaming of is something you can proudly own, no matter what it looks like. To help protect what matters most, call Josh Finley from Country Financial.
Tony Wilt's scoreboard update for you. Late in the third, AJ leads Massac 28-22. That game is surprisingly close.
Yes, it is. Very much so. And this one's tied up 7-7. 8:03 left to go. We're in the third quarter. Next week, the Rams will head to Althoff. We'll be there. We assume we'll be allowed to have streaming video at WMIXSports.com.
I need to be emailing Greg Lieb, don't I?
We will check on that first thing Monday. Just to make sure. Things can change from week to week. Make sure there's no exclusivity. We tried to do that as many places as we could before the season started, but it doesn't always work out. Seven all with 8:03 left to go. See if the Rams come up with another defensive stop here in the third quarter against what has been a tough Triad team, 2-0 coming in.
Well, it'd be surprising to you looking at the scores here from tonight. Only 2 teams in the Valley came into this week undefeated, Triad and Civic Memorial. Everyone else 1-1.
Civic Memorial, pardon me, trying to get to 3-0 against a tough Cahokia team who's 1-1 but supposed to be very good.
Well, they lost to Chaminade out of the suburbs by 3 touchdowns.
The Simpson kick will be picked up at about the 12 and running roughshod to the 40 now, tripped up is Foreman. That could have been a touchdown-saving trip by either Whiting or there could have been a phalange from Wade Garrison on that. The Foreman was headed downfield, stopped up at about the 45.5. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Triad Knights. 7:57 remains here in the third quarter. It's a tie ball game, a brand new ball game in this 7-all score.
And one thing that I'm sure Coach K is probably thinking, I know I'm thinking it up here, man, the special teams just, they're allowing too many tackles to be broken. And you're starting too many drives near midfield or further down, which is not good for the defense.
So it's a split to the right on this usual triple option for the Knights. Quarterback Wongler is under center. McElligott will go to the right side off tackle to midfield. Bounces off a defender, now to the 45. Races his way to the 40. Brought down 38 on the far sideline. That will be a gain of about 18.
And Triad with the quick answer here.
So 7:48 left to go here in the third quarter. Tied at 7. The ball will be actually at the 39. So they brought it back a couple of yards.
We have got our first final of the evening. That Benton-Pinckneyville game is final 52-0.
Under center, the quarterback Wongler. Split to the right side. 3-back backfield. Has 3 options. See which one he picks this time. It'll be an inside handoff. McElligott will go to the right side and find some running room. He's got first down yardage plus some inside the 20. And finally, after about 19 yards, somebody makes contact. They'll be outside the 20, as a matter of fact. They're going to spot it about the 22, so a gain of 17. Makes it 1st and 10 with 7:40 to play. So Benton beats Pinckneyville 52-0. Panthers are 0-3. The Rangers are 3-0.
17-yard.
Who does Benton have next week? Do you know?
Conference play against the River to River Ohio foe, the Heron Tigers at the Graveyard. Under center, the quarterback Wongler. Split to the left side, has a man. And it'll be McElligott again. Nope, quarterback Wongler's going to keep it. Fakes everybody out, and now off a nice curl, runs inside the 15. Down short of the 10, probably about the 11. We'll see where the spot is. It's dancing dangerously with first down yardage.
Yes, first down. 1st and 10 from the 12.
I mean, we'll see what happens. You're going to have Harrisburg coming off a bye week. They have Frankfurt, who could be coming in, likely coming in 3-0. Benton's 3-0, headed to Heron, who could be, they're fighting DuQuoin. We'll see what happens. Massac County right now on pace to be 0-3. As under center here, the quarterback Wongler. We'll run down more river to river in the moment. And other games next week. Could be an interesting week 4. Inside handoff, McElligott. He has running room, has a seam to get in the end zone, and he will lean forward for the 12-yard scamper. Ran along that far hash, got in for pay dirt, and now it's 13-7 Triad.
He wasn't touched, but Mount Vernon just didn't see it. They were doing so well up until that drive, and then Triad just ran all over him in that drive.
So other games around the area, we'll get into it more after the PAT. It's 13-7 Triad after the McElligott.
There you go.
12-yard touchdown scamper. Puts another 6 on the board for Triad. Spear missed a field goal earlier, but he's 1 for 1 on PATs. There's a snap, hold, kick is up, line drive, look good. It's 14-7 Triad, taking, with 6:45 to go in the third, but taking looks. AJ on pace to get a win tonight. They'd be 1-3, 1-2 rather, heading into Nashville, who's all over Westglen. So Nashville would be 3-0, theoretically.
After 3 running clock, Murphy 42, Carterville nothing.
So Murphy will be 2-1. Carterville's going to be welcoming DuQuoin 0-3. Sparta and Pinckneyville, depending upon the Sparta-Frankfurt game, will be something's got to give. A pair of teams that would be 0-3. Edwards County, as of right now, would be coming in off a loss against SVW as they head to Carmi, who's struggling with CZR tonight. We got Chester Hamco next week, CZR Fairfield, El Dorado SVW could be a good one. Johnston City of Anna Goreville. But then you look to the South 7. You might be looking at the battle of 0-3s next week.
Which, I'll say this, if that were to happen, I would have not seen it coming.
Absolutely not. So the Rams still have plenty of time to not be an 0-3 team heading in. Of course, Althoff a close one with Mater Dei, but I mean, I'm just speaking theoretically. You have Marion Akahokia, which usually is always good. And then Carbondale at Centralia. Carbondale team that is on pace for 3-0 against the Centralia team that, for all intents and purposes, could be 1-2 heading into that one.
If I remember right, last year, Carbondale mightily struggled with Centralia last year.
Absolutely.
I think they did end up getting the win, but it was a dogfight until the end.
So now here it's 14-7. The Rams trailing by a touchdown. They scored and then give up a score. There's still plenty of time for the home team. 6:45 left to go in the third. It was a 12-yard touchdown run by McElligott. 14-7 Knights. Deep back to return is Leak, but he's taken into the end zone on the kick. It'll be a touchback, and the Rams will have it 1st and 10.
So now what do you do here if you're the Mount Vernon Rams? Obviously, you have to respond. Of course, the last drive really only ended up in a touchdown because of just pure luck and pure skill from Evan Leak to recover from a botched snap. You got to see what they do here. I still want to see Coach K open up the playbook, but more importantly, Hunter Simmons actually execute the play and go for that big, deep pass. Still haven't seen it yet tonight.
See what the Rams offense can do. They'll send Rutherford split to the right. Tight right, split left. 2 backs out of the gun here. Twin backs. For Simmons, and he will hand off to Leak. A little inside handoff, past the 20. Forward progress, get him 1 or 2. It'll be 2nd down for the Rams.
They're going to give him almost a yard exactly.
So 14-7 Triad, 6:20 left to go here in the third quarter of this one. Home opener for the Rams. Are back on the road next week before 2 at home. 2 on the road, 1 at home. Clapping as Simmons ready for the snap. Out of the gun. Looking to pass. After going left, flushed out, rolling right. He's chased. He's at the 20, gets to the 25. It'll be a gain of about 4 or 5. It's a little bit of progress there, and it'll bring up third down as we're at the top of the 9 o'clock hour on WMIX Mount Vernon. A free service from Withers Broadcasting.
They're going to give him, well,
Gain of 5 for the Rams on that play. Injury timeout.
And that would be Baden Rutherford. That was on the ground, hobbling off the field, but under his own power.
If you're ready to get serious about losing weight, the Journey Weight Loss Program at Crossroads Community Hospital is your answer. Call 618-244-1937, 1937 to begin your journey to a healthier you. Crossroads Community Hospital is here for all of your health care needs. Crossroads Community Hospital, where caring is our mission. 6 minutes to play here in the third. They'll tend to the injured Ram. It'll be 3rd and 3, ball on the Mount Vernon 27-yard line. This might have been a full-fledged timeout.
Well, yeah, Rutherford's off the field at this point.
If so, if you're planning to buy a new home, talk to Dwayne Gully at First Mid Bank and Trust. Dwayne can explain the different mortgage options, and you might just be able to move into a home with less than 20% down. First Mid is an equal housing lender. 6 minutes to play, third quarter, 14-7 Knights. Rams have a 3rd and 3 from their own 27. They'll go Leak left, split a man to the right. Out of the gun for Simmons. Looking downfield, looking left, has Leak over the top. He's going to have to keep it himself. Now dumps one off. It's overthrown. It'll be 4th and 3.
Pass intended for Lanzel Wilson.
I'm not so sure that wasn't a good thing. That fell incomplete.
That was probably a throw that Hunter Simmons should not have made, as I think the man he was trying to get it to was double covered.
Well, and almost that trick of being past the line of scrimmage again.
That is also true.
5:52 remains. We are in the third. 14-7. Triad on top, trying to come up with a big stop here on 4th and 3 to get the ball right back. But the Rams certainly capable of getting 3+.
This is going to be a big one, especially since if they can't convert, Triad's going to have great field position.
2 left, 1 right, single back out of the gun for Simmons. 2-step drop, rolling right, trying to get past the defender. And now he'll roll up the sideline, and he has just enough for a first down with no penalties.
All right.
So a 5-yard run will get it done for Hunter Simmons on the ground. 5:45 mark of the third quarter. Still 14-7 Knights. Rams are trying to battle here tonight.
First down, Rams.
They're going to give him 6 on that play. They needed each and every inch of that 6 yards.
6-yard carry for Simmons.
2 left, 3 left rather. 1 to the right, split off. Simmons out of the gun, single back here. 1st and 10 from their own 32. The Rams try to move the football here in the third and even this one up. It'll be a quick handoff to Rivera. Rivera gets to about the 35 on forward progress. It'll be a gain of about 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 if they give the spot. If they give the spot.
Rule at the tackle for Triad.
Only give him a yard.
Rivera with a gain of 1, 2nd and 9 for the Rams.
The clock will drop below the 5-minute mark on this drive. 2nd and 9 from the 32. Ball between the hashes. They'll send 3 right, 1 left. Trying to open some things up out of the gun. Back to the left of the quarterback, Simmons. No step drop. Now a roll to the right after not seeing much. Tries to dump it off. It's complete. It's to Lake. He's at midfield. Spin move as he'll go towards the hashes. He's at the 45-40. Has running room at the 30. 25. Far hash 20. 15, 10. Far corner touchdown. 67 yards for Evan Leak through the air. And the Mount Vernon Rams are back within 1 at 14-13.
He's just incredible.
Spin move at midfield to break away from the pack. Ran toward the far side, toward the far corner. No flags, and the Rams are back within one with a chance to tie in the point after.
Wow.
That play was headed nowhere, and a little dump off over the top of the defender, over the linebacker. And Evan Leake is able to hit pay dirt yet again. Well, here's Simpson to try another PAT to try to even this one up. Snap hold. Kick is up and looks good. We're tied at 14. What a play.
Now the Mount Vernon defense, they cannot do what they did last drive. They have to come out here and they have to stop this Triad offense like they did so many times there in the first half. They can't they can't just let Triad run it right back down and find themselves down again.
And a minute 33.
Let's also see if we can provide you some score updates here as we have time on the field. Scoreboard brought to you by State Farm agent Tony Wilt. This will be a score on the scoreboard tonight, I can safely tell you that. Rochester leads Jacksonville 58-31 out of the Central State 8,
You
Mr.
betcha.
Hugo.
We always have the Central State 8 on the Friday night scoreboard. Don't bother if you don't.
Highland leads Marion 21-14. Alton leads Collinsville, right?
Yep.
44-6 at the half. That's way too far up north. Carlinville and Greenville are tied 34-34. Fourth quarter just started. And another game that's tied. Once again, it's a brand new ball game here, Mr. Hugo.
Tied at 14, 4:47 left to play. We're here in the third quarter from Ken Hunt Stadium awaiting the kickoff.
And the cheerleaders are slingshotting something.
And we've had a penalty or something.
Oh.
That would have to be an unsportsmanlike or something along those lines.
15-yard penalty on Triad.
All right.
So the Rams will kick off at the 45-yard line in Triad territory, and more than likely it's going to be a touchback.
Back to receive for Triad. Landon Simpson with the kick.
We'll get you a couple of finals from the Black Diamond here momentarily.
Kick is a boomer, and it is into the end zone for a touchback. So Carmi ends up hanging on to beat CZR 20-14.
And I think I saw that Johnston City has beaten Hamilton County 14-0.
Oh, wow. It's interesting.
That is probably not a game that Hamilton County wanted to lose if they want to make it back to the postseason for the first time in 13 or 14 years.
2006.
13.
You know who broadcasted their last postseason appearance?
Probably you.
You betcha. 4:47 to go.
Man, I'm good at guessing.
Here in the third quarter, tied at 14. It was a muddy day that day in Bridgeport at Red Hill High School. As 1st and 10 from the Triad 20. We're tied at 14. 4:47 left to go. Third quarter action from Ken Hunt Stadium. Out of the... Ooh. How's that nod? I don't know how it wasn't offside. So it'll be McElligott on a handoff inside, but he runs outside and gets a gain of about 12 as he broke to about the 30-32, pulled down outside the far hash. Closer to the sideline, and it'll be about a 12-yard gain. It'll be 1st and 10, 4:39 mark of the third quarter. Tied at 14. What an explosive play out of Evan Leake. Man.
I don't know what has happened with McElligott here, but it just seems like he has turned it up another notch here, at least since Mount Vernon has scored.
So now we're going to have a timeout on the field, called by the Rams.
Timeout, Mount Vernon.
First Mid Bank and Trust. You can stop by their location at the corner of 34th and Broadway. Talk with Dwayne Gully about your next home loan. First Mid is an equal housing lender. Things are equal on the scoreboard, but not necessarily equal right now on the field between the Rams and the Knights. We're tied up at 14. The Triad certainly trying to move this football after getting a 12-yard run by McElligott. Setting up a first down from the 33 with 1st and 10 coming out of the Mount Vernon timeout when we get there.
And so the last 4 runs for McElligott, and this goes back to the last drive, 18 yards, 17 yards, 12 yards, 13 yards. Quick math says that's 60 yards in 4 rushes.
Rams will head to Althoff next week. For the Knights, they will head to Waterloo to open up Valley play. Waterloo having their issues with Carbondale tonight. Triad at least doesn't have to go to Jerseyville this year. They could stay home for that one.
If you have to go to Jerseyville,
it's a long drive. Due to go to Jersey this year, the basketball teams are still going to square off on a Tuesday night in January.
I have nothing good to say about Jerseyville. You know that, Mr.
I
Hugo.
do, as this will be a quick pitch coming. Foreman has running room. He's at the 40 midfield. He's going to have possible touchdown. 40, 35, 30. Simpson trying to catch up. 20, 10, 5 score. 67 yards of his own for pay dirt. And it's 20-14. Luke Foreman.
67-yard run.
He ran out. They're marking this for 1 yard run.
Oh, man.
Wow.
He stepped out. So it's going to be a 65-yard run.
Wow. I
don't know about that, but if the Rams come up with some stops here.
Yeah, I don't think he did, because that was actually one of the points that I saw Foreman running, and he didn't step out of bounds.
Looks like we're going to get a timeout here.
Official timeout?
Officials may be talking about it.
This crew has been more confusing.
Timeout on the field. Ball's marked at the 2-yard line.
An avid viewer of the video says he was out.
Okay.
So there we go.
Well, remember, the 1080p high definition is better than our view here in the booth.
You're not wrong. Tied at 14 at the moment. 1st and goal from the 2. Very knowledgeable football viewer. Former collegiate football player.
Is he really?
Yeah, 4:14 left.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Tied at 14. 4:14 to go in the 3rd quarter. Out of the timeout, sponsored by First Mid Bank and Trust. There's doubt over whether it was which team called it. Quarterback finally coming out from his brief meeting with the coaches. Tied at 14. 4:14 to go in the 3rd quarter. They'll break off a man to the right side. That is Roger Wolf. So 1st and goal from the deuce. And now from under center, there's the snap. Inside handoff, McElligott, and he's in for the score. 2-yard touchdown.
2-yard touchdown run.
So 20-14 on the 2-yard scamper by McElligott.
Hi, Dory.
And it's a 6-point lead again at the moment for the Triad Knights, waiting the PAT.
Spear with the point after attempt for Triad.
Fake on the PAT or an issue. I was looking down at my paper.
I think it was an issue. I don't think he got a hold, but he hold down, so he immediately got up. But it's no good.
So Wongler at least tried to spin it into two and could not. It's 20-14, 4:11 left to go here in the third.
Which means if Mount Vernon can find a way to answer, which apparently this is now going to turn into a shootout, if they can answer and they can get that extra point, then they'll lead.
they will lead in this ballgame if they can answer again. Another final from the Tony Wilt scoreboard. Murphy beats Carterville 49-0, and the Carterville Lions are 0-3. And, man, that is not what you expect out of Carterville ever.
Not at all. I'm with you.
Highland leads Marion in the fourth quarter, 21-14. What else do we got here on the Tony Wilt scoreboard? Tell you here it's 20-14 Triad after they answer once again. Cahokia now leads CM in the fourth quarter, 14-13.
Oh, wow.
I think that's going to be my jaw-dropping score of the week because as an alum, I'm stunned that CM is actually keeping up with Cahokia. West Frankfort leads. Do not remember who West Frankfort's playing, but they lead 33-24.
Sparta.
Got it.
That's in Randolph County.
So West Frankfort leads by 9.
Yeah.
Modern Days made it 41-20 on Althoff.
So you can assume the Crusaders will be 0-3 heading into next week's South 7 opener. Here's the kickoff. It's booming toward the goal line, and Leak will let it go. It'll be a touchback. 1st and 10 for the Rams from their own 20-yard line. Community First Bank of the Heartland, the official voice of the Rams and Lady Rams here on WMIX. They welcome Kurt Zerlini, the newest ag lending team member. Packs a banking punch with over 15 years experience. Community First Bank is banking at the speed of you. Pardon me. So Terriers win tonight. Carbondale's a 28-14 winner over Waterloo.
Cahokia looking to get a South 7 win. Triad right now winning. So it was looking bleak. Or wait, no. Triad's in the Mississippi Valley. Well, it was looking a little more bleak until Cahokia took the lead on CM. Mount Vernon could take a lead on Triad here and make it a little more positive for the South 7.
And now Simmons looking for something at the feet of Mays, but did he catch it? Shoestring grab? He did. He caught it in bounds, too. That literally could be a pass for no gain. It is. So 2nd and 10 from the 20 with 3:54 left to go in the third. Marion just got a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. They take a 22-21 lead over Highland.
Well, that helps
About
too.
9 minutes left.
That helps the South 7 too.
No gain on the play.
2 left, 2 right. The receivers for the quarterback, Simmons, out of the gun. Running back and single back is to his right. A little bit of blocking Rivera, and now he'll throw on the left sideline. It is complete to Leak for first down. Steps out of bounds. It's a gain of about 12. It'll take him to the 32. 1st and 10. The clock will momentarily pause to move the chains. Rams trail 20-14, but the offense has moved the ball well here in the second half.
That's one of the first plays this game that Hunter Simmons has had time in the pocket, and look what he does. He throws a perfect strike to Evan Leak, and it's an 11, maybe 12-yard gain.
After 3, Mascuda leads Centralia 48-27. These scoreboard updates presented by Tony Wilcher, State Farm agent.
And that's going to be a false start here on the near side.
Start on the Rams.
That was, well, do you have a 26 on your roster?
No, sir.
Well,
to this point, successfully avoided it.
Unnamed 26 with the false start there.
See how the Rams react. It'll be 1st and 15 from their own 27. 3:22 to go in the third. 20-14 Triad. If the Rams get a score, a touchdown that is, and then get a PAT, they might be in business. This one will be thrown slightly behind Leak, coming over the top toward the near sideline, left to right. And completed about the Mount Vernon 35. So that'll stop the clock with 3:17 to go. 20-14, Rams trailing. It'll be 2nd and 15. Nashville all over Westland tonight, 47-6.
Nashville has absolutely dominated all 3 of their opponents here to start this season. 47-6, and obviously they still have more time. They put up 60 points in each game they played.
So now on 2nd and 15 from the 27. Simmons out from between 10 backs out of the gun. Is able to get one over the top. This is complete to Mace. First down yardage. Still on his feet. Tightrope to the sideline. He was about midfield while the late flag. He gets to the opposing 44 or 45. Or at least that's where the official went and stopped. We'll see where they spotted and what the penalty is.
That flag, with how late it was thrown, that's a late hit. Either that or it's a sideline warning.
Depending upon the spot, could be up to 28 yards or more for Hunter Mace.
Personal foul on Triad. Add another 15 to that.
That's a penalty out of frustration for the Knights, without a doubt. Rams fans, at least some of them in front of us, making noise. They trail by 6 with an opportunity to make something happen here with 3:07 left to go in the third. Still plenty of time, obviously. Maybe building a little of the drama given. Probably I'm making it sound more tense than what it is. 3:07 to go in the third. Still plenty of time left.
Setting the Rams up to Triad 36.
Mount Vernon has definitely more than doubled their offensive output, and I have done no math to prove that.
DuQuoin leads Heron 35-10. As Leak will go in motion to the left slot. Dropping back to pass is Simmons. Blocker gets in his way, gets a nice block in the backfield. Chance to dump one off, down to the far sideline, just out of the reach of Leak. It'll fall incomplete inside the 5, but that was a great block to save the play by King and kept that play alive for the Rams.
And that really was a nice throw by Simmons. Just unfortunately a little bit too much air underneath it, but if Evan Leak had a little more speed, because we know how much speed he has anyway, if he was able to get underneath that, that's 6 points.
So now on 2nd and 10, clock stops at 2:59. 20-14 Knights, but the Rams trying to make some more noise. Out of the gun, 2 left, 2 right, Leak in motion toward the right side, and it's just going to be a carry right up the middle by Hunter Simmons. Shy of the 30, maybe about the 31, possibly a 5-yard gain, which isn't bad given the situation. Rams will take it. And we have a Ram down.
And that, can't see, the second number is 4.
Simmons with a 5-yard gain on the last play.
Community First Bank of the Heartland, the official voice of the Rams and Lady Rams here on WMIX. We have volleyball coverage on WMIX and WMIXsports.com coming up. Keep thinking, this week's the 23rd.
A week from Monday. We have 3 games that
That's
week.
next week.
We have 3 games that week for volleyball, and then we've got the football game on Friday night. We're going to have a busy week. Well,
the entity will have a busy week, yes. You will have a busy week, yes. Columbia beats Salem 42-0. That's a big one. So we'll get you more scores throughout the day. So 20-14 score, 2:45 left to go.
They end up giving them 4 on that play. So now we got 3rd and 6.
That's get the hell away from me.
20-14 score, 2:45 left to go in the third quarter. Ball on the 31-yard line. Back to pass on 3rd and 6 is Simmons looking downfield. Nice slant pass to Leak. It's complete for first down yardage. Takes a man, gets to the 20. Inside the 20, maybe to the 18. Probably about a 13-yard gain for the Rams. Sets up another first down. And I don't know who our 3 stars of the game is, but I know Evan Leak will be one of them. 3 stars of the game are, but I know Evan Leak will be one of them.
You know what else he might be, Mr. Hugo?
What's that?
Might be our Ram of the Week.
If not, he better be. At this point.
Just saying.
Josh Finley, Country Financial, WMIX Sports Ram of the Week. Call Josh Finley. Learn more about the protection for the things in your life that matter most. Get started on a plan for a comfortable future. Country's behind you. Frankfurt beats Sparta 33-24, so the Redbirds are 3-0. The Rangers are 3-0. Man, if those two teams happen to be 4-0 going into that Week 5 high noon matchup, look out.
That'll be fun.
Snap here out of the gun. Looking downfield, and that one almost picked off. Almost caught, too, by Wilson. That was a good job of even getting rid of it by Hunter Simmons.
.201 to go, left in the third. Mount Vernon does have it in the red zone.
Future Ram opponent Mount Carmel up big on Vincennes Lincoln. Aces ready to take down the Alices, 35-12, about 8 minutes to go in the fourth. Rams will see Mount Carmel in Week 9 here.
Did you just say the Alices?
Yeah, the Alices of Vincennes Lincoln.
As in like the name Alice?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. 2014 Rams have a 2nd and 10 here from the Triad 18. Under center, it's going to be a pitch to the right side for Leak. Get him some running room. There's a wall of Knights coming at him, and he'll be pushed out for a loss of 1 at the 19. So it'll be 3rd down.
Maybe got a yard. Maybe not even that. Oh, they're going to say he lost too. It's back to the 20.
Well, back to the 20. Okay.
Well, at this point, you got to think it's 2 down territory, and now Mount Vernon uses a timeout. They're going to have 1 remaining here in the half.
Timeout is presented by First Mid Bank and Trust on the corner of 34th and Broadway in Mount Vernon. If you'd like to earn $80 per year just for making everyday purchases, stop by First Mid at the corner of South 34th and Broadway to learn about the money-saving benefits that come with Premier Checking. Minute 56 left to go in the third. It'll be 3rd and 12 out of the timeout on the Triad 20 for your Mount Vernon Rams. Rams, however, trail the Knights 20-14. Highland back on top of Marion 29-22 after they score again with 6:15 left. As we keep checking in with Tony Wilt, State Farm Scores. South Central action, Greenville beats Carlinville 41-34.
Of course, Carlinville was a Class 3 semifinalist last year. They ended up losing in those semis to the eventual state champion, the Monticello Sages.
Central Illinois Conference score, Clinton all over Shelbyville, 48-14.
Oh.
We put the CIC on the scoreboard. You betcha.
Clinton has not been traditionally good. The fact that they are absolutely obliterating Shelbyville says that Shelbyville has gone downhill in recent years.
The Shelbyville Rams. 3rd and 12 here. Minute 56 for your Mount Vernon Rams. Trailing Triad 20-14. Back to pass Simmons. Shakes a tackler. Going to get a nice block here. Has some running room. And will hang on to it himself. He's pushed out of bounds. He ran 40 yards to get 3. If that, it'll be 4th down for the Rams. Ran all the way across the field.
And the blitz there definitely closed in on Hunter Simmons. At least he made something out of nothing.
Wills has 264 yards and 4 touchdowns in the half for Mascuda.
3-yard gain on the play.
So a 3-yard gain as we get back and focus on this one. 4th and 12. 9, rather. 4th and 9. As the Rams are going to attempt a field goal here.
All right, all right.
It'll be about 34 yards.
Only problem is, even if they get it, right now the defense cannot stop Andrew McGilligan.
Kick is up. It looks like it's going to sneak in that far upright. It's good. A 34-yard field goal by Landon Simpson. Cuts it in half. It's 20-17. Wow. What a field goal for Simpson. A 34-yard boot.
And I said this after the last score for Mount Vernon. I'm going to say it here again. They have to find a way to stop Triad's offense. Triad right now on offense is unstoppable. And, yeah, the offense did their job. But the thing is, if defense can't stop them, Mount Vernon cannot catch up.
Absolutely. DuQuoin beats Heron 35-10. We went from being one of the faster games to possibly be in one of the final games.
How's that happen?
I don't know.
Especially with a team that all they do is run.
Minute 48 left to go here in the third. 20-17 thanks to a 34-yard field goal by Landon Simpson to cut this one in half.
Another final. AJ sneaks a win in over Massac, 34-29.
Minute 48 remaining here in the third, 20-17. Rams trail by 3 after the field goal by Simpson, and now Simpson will kick off. Kick is up, and it's going to get maybe to about the 14. Foreman going to try to run along that hash, and he's going to break to the outside. They'll need a tackle here. Another kickoff return disaster for the Rams. Still on his feet. Foreman, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. So Luke Foreman, an 87-yard kickoff return for the score, makes it 26-17.
Well, defense can't do their job if special teams doesn't even let them do it.
And that has been an Achilles heel already this season for the Rams.
Well, if there's any good news on 94.1 FM, looks like the Cardinals lead the Brewers 5-0.
Unreal. Rams just susceptible to the long kickoff returns. Happened against Taylorville.
That was
now happening tonight.
That was the difference in the game against Taylorville.
Community First Bank of the Heartland is the official voice of the Rams. We're live from the SSM Health broadcast booth. SSMHealth.com/doctors to find your next physician.
Okay.
And now going for 2 to try to get that one back, and McElligott is in. McElligott, rather. It's 28-17. Not what the Rams needed. Not whatsoever.
At this point, I don't know what you're saying to your defense and your special teams if you're Coach Jared Kessler. I mean, they did so well in the first half. So well in the first half. Now here in the second half, I mean, they can't stop them. Triad's worn them down.
Ticket number 6, 5, 8, 3.
Flora. The Wolves. 3-0.
When was the last time they were 3-0?
Don't know, but they beat Robinson 8-2.
Prior to the Clinton administration?
Couldn't tell you.
Whoever that guy is in the group chat could tell you.
(28-17), 11-point game. Rams trailing with 1:35 left to go in the third. Still plenty of time remaining in this one. This one was on pace to be probably the first one done aside from Benton Pinckneyville. And now here's a kick end over end toward the near hash, picked up at the 2 by Evan Leake. Rams can use a return of their own. Leake's got to bust through a wall here. Gets to about the 30, 32, 33 where he's brought down. Decent field position to start for the Rams, all things considered.
Kokia conference action here. Redbud has beaten Carlisle 35-10.
Randolph County hoping to host a playoff game. Redbud's off to a decent start. Not undefeated, but decent.
A few more scores here. Central A&M beats Tuscola 49-14. Jersey Panthers lose to Effingham 34-28.
Rams wouldn't mind a 34-28 score if they get 17 quick points here.
And one more. Decatur St. Teresa beats Macon Meridian 55-6.
Out of the gun for Simmons. Quick pass into the flat here. Complete at about 33. It's going to pop loose out of bounds as Simpson able to hang on. But it actually, we'll see what either way. It shouldn't be a gain. Either way, it stops the clock. Barely a gain. So about second and 9.5 with a minute 21 to go here in the third. Still 28-17 Triad. Oh, Simba. Simmons is out of the gun with a back to his left. 2 right, 2 left of the receivers. 3-step drop now going to the right side. Evades a sack and is going to run out of bounds. Throws off balance after stepping out of bounds. Okay. We're going to say he stepped out of bounds as he was trying to throw. So that'll be a loss of maybe 3.
Simmons went out of bounds for a loss of the play.
Oh, man, they're moving him back. It's going to be a loss of 5.
I'm sorry. Eastside and Nuka Valley was tonight, not tomorrow.
Oh.
That's a 44-35 Flyer lead late in the third quarter. Here it's a Triad lead, 28-17 late in the third. Minute 13 to go in the third. 3rd and 15 now for the Knights. Simpson will be split to the right, 3 to the left. Lone back in the backfield out of the gun for Hunter Simmons. Trying to get a block here. Simmons going to have to roll right. Gets rid of one, and we will have a flag on the play.
Okay, I think there's going to be 2 flags here. One is going to be hitting the passer late. The other one might be intentional grounding. Okay, well, actually, one's holding on the offense. They're both holding on the offense. Okay.
Yikes.
How did they not call that late hit on Simmons?
Centralia falls to Mascoutah 48-27, I believe. I wrote Centralia, but not the score. Well, a pretty big scoreboard coming up in the Schmitz-Lake Cadillac postgame show if we ever get there.
Holding on the Rams, face mask on the Rams. Klein, 4th down. Evan Leak back to punt.
All righty then.
So they'll take the more severe penalty. Except that one, it'll be 4th down. Severe in this scenario. 4th and 15 for the 28. The Rams are going to punt. Trailing 28-17 with a minute 7 left to go in the third quarter. Leak, the punter for the Rams. This boot will get past midfield, maybe take a Ram bounce. Now it takes a Triad bounce to the 40. It looked like it was going to take a Ram bounce closer to the 35, but ends up back at about closer to the 40-yard line, so it'll be at the Triad 39.5, where the Knights will have 1st and 10.
And so now, if you're the Mount Vernon defense, find a will, because where there's a will, there's a way. And, I mean, what else can you say at this point? They have not shown to be able to stop the Triad offense here in the second half.
So with 57.6 seconds left to go in the third, Triad has it 1st and 10 from their own 40 between the hashes, moving right to left. Under center is the quarterback Wongler. Lusk will be in motion. I haven't said that in a while. It's a pitch to Lusk, right side. Shakes the defender and now finds some running room, but gets about 4 yards before the Rams catch up. And I'll take him about the 36. It'll be 2nd and 6 now for the Knights. This game has taken, I don't know, I'm going to say about an hour, third quarter.
Yeah, roughly.
Woo-wee. 26 seconds left to go. Play clock's at 28.
Well, remember, we've seen 38 points here in the third quarter. 38 of the 45 that have been scored tonight.
28-17 score. Triad right now on top with the football, 2nd and 6. From their own 44-yard line on the far hash. See what they do out of the triple option this time. Inside handoff to McElligott, and he will cross midfield between the hashes, pulled down probably about the 47. That's going to be a gain of about 9. And that'll take us to the fourth quarter. After 3 in the King City, the Triad Knights 28, the Mount Vernon Rams 17. We'll come back with the fourth. It should be a first down for Triad. This is Rams football powered by Community First Bank.
Hi, this is Jared.
And Karen.
From Community First Bank.
And we have some breaking news.
Recently, 30-year mortgage rates have dropped to historic lows.
And we want to help you take advantage. Whether you just purchased a home,
have been thinking about refinancing,
or have been a homeowner for years,
these rates are just too good to pass up. Call 244-3000 and ask for me, Jared.
Or me, Karen, and let us get you started on the way to saving some money today.
Community First Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
When you have a medical emergency, you can be confident choosing the ER at Crossroads Community Hospital. You'll find specialists in orthopedics, cardiology, general surgery, gynecology, and more. Visit crossroadshospital.com to check the average ER wait time to be seen by a medical professional. If you are experiencing a medical emergency, call 911. Specialists are employed and independent members of the medical staff. Crossroads ER, where caring is our mission.
Follow us on social media at WMIX Sports. This is Mount Vernon Rams football.
To the fourth quarter we go in Mount Vernon from Ken Hunt Stadium in the SSM Health broadcast booth. This is Mount Vernon Rams football powered by Community First Bank. I'm Chris Hugo with Kyle Norris. Riley Langa back at the Mount Vernon studio. Jeff Crow provides the camera for WMIXsports.com. It's 1st and 10 for the Triad Knights. Ball in the Mount Vernon 47. The Knights lead at 28-17 as we open the fourth. Quick pitch coming out of the triple option. To the right side, runs Lusk. He has running room past the 40 to the 35, brought down 23. Nice tackle by Hunter Simmons, the quarterback playing in the secondary. And saves a possible score. It will be good field position now on the first down. That's a chains move after a gain of
about 14.
Yeah. We'll have a ton of scores coming your way. Looks like 41 seconds left. The Marion Wildcats get a touchdown and 2 points. 30-29, their lead over Highland with 41 seconds to go. 1st and 10 here for the Knights, up 11 with 11:20 to go in the fourth. This time an inside handoff to McElligott. Jeez. And he'll get about 6 yards on the play.
Apparently it's about as hard to tackle him as it is to say his last name.
Yeah, it was fine for a while. And now we drop below the 11-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Tell you about one of our booster sponsors here. We appreciate every single one of them. How about Wilford Printing, a custom printing shop with the largest variety of Rams apparel in the King City, where there is no custom order too big or too small. Find them at wilford-printing.com on Facebook or stop in their store, South 10th in Mount Vernon. 2nd and 4 for the Knights for the 27. Inside handoff, McElligott again. Actually, this might have been Foreman on the carry. Nope, trust your gut, McElligott. And he will get a few on the play. Good enough spot maybe to just barely be a first down. So it takes him to the 21. 1st and 10 for the Knights, moving the football here in the fourth quarter. Third quarter took all part of an eternity. About an hour and 3-minute third quarter, allegedly.
Sounds about right.
So now with 10:08 remaining in the fourth, the Knights will split one to the right. That is Roger Wolf. And now an inside handoff. McElligott is coming up the middle. Rams stuff him up pretty good, that wall of linemen. And limit the damage to about a gain of 1.5 to bring up 2nd and 8. Saturday Sports Show comes your way tomorrow here on WMIX and WMIXsports.com. Who we got besides Jared Kessler?
Steve Kazuzik, Nashville football. Jason Carnes, Heron football. Justin Townsend, Fairfield football. Quinn McClure, Mount Vernon boys golf. Dan Kuiper, Christ-Our Rock volleyball. Kurt Jones, South Central baseball. And then Linda Austin, who put together that Crossroads JC Jets fundraiser tomorrow at 10 a.m. at Lincoln Park.
Nice.
There you go.
talk about that fundraiser for a good cause. Is Triad trying to fundraise a score here as they run them right up the middle, and the quarterback keeper from Wongler out of the option. And they're about the 13, 15-ish.
Gain of 5-ish.
Brings up third and short. Very manageable here. With 8:55 remaining here in the fourth. Of course, over on the FM, as we all know, Paul Goldschmidt hit his 30th home run of the season. That dong just happened to be a grand slam.
And he hit another one. He's got 7 RBIs on the night now. Okay, maybe he didn't hit a second home run, but I know he's got 7 RBIs.
Loaded Tony Wells State Farm scoreboard coming your way, not only on our website tonight, but we'll have one in our Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show. It's 3rd and 3, and we'll have a timeout taken by Triad.
Timeout, Triad.
Timeout presented by First Mid Bank and Trust, where you can count on familiar faces providing friendly banking service. Stop by First Mid at the corner of South 34th and Broadway. Talk with Michelle, Shelley, and the entire First Mid team today. So 8:31 left here in the fourth. 28-17 the score. Triad on top, and they've had to take some curious timeouts tonight.
Yeah, they did because, well, first off, they've used every timeout they could. But they took 2 of their timeouts, I believe, in the first quarter. They only had 1 left late in that half. And so now another one here with 8:30 in the fourth. You lead by 11. Why?
48-27.
So 8:31 remains.
Another later final here on the Tony Wilt scoreboard. SVW beats Edwards County 32-21.
22-13.
So as they burn through this timeout here, and still crazy in Marion against Highland is.
Those are 2 good programs.
Yeah. (30-29) Wildcats, and that was with 41 seconds left. You'd assume that perhaps Marion was able to hang on.
Final from Bethalto. Cahokia beats CM 22-13, and I'm still stunned by that score. Maybe because I don't expect much from CM football ever.
22-13 is another South 7 team with a victory tonight. Mascouda does beat Centralia. Of course, Carbondale beat Waterloo 28-14. Looks like Marion's going to end up beating Highland. 28-17, Rams trailing here with 8:30 to go in the fourth. 3rd and 3 out of the timeout for the Knights. In formation, they split right in the form of Roger Wolf. Back to pass, and looking toward the end zone is the quarterback Wongler. Wolf, pretty well guarded by 3 Rams. Simmons, Simpson, and Wilson.
And a curious play selection there. You're up by 11. You are this close. You're within, it's 3rd and short. Why are you passing right there? I don't know.
Marion does hang on 30-29 over Highland.
So what was looking like a MBC domination is now looking like it's going to be split. Well, can't be split 50-50, but Marion, Cahokia, well, now South 7's going to win this series this week.
32-yard field goal attempt.
Looking at a 32-yard field goal here on 4th and 3. The kick is up. That one looks like it's good. He got all of it. It's 31-17. We've seen 2 field goals tonight. A 32-yarder here by number 91, Travis Spear, and we saw a 34-yard field goal by Landon Simpson of the Mount Vernon Rams. I don't know if he had any field goals against Mascouda. Obviously, I was on assignment, but he had that boomer against Taylorville.
I don't have those stats in front of me, but I don't think we had any field goals in that game.
Full scoreboard coming your way. Probably start rolling through them at some point soon. Mount Vernon opponent, Mount Carmel, beats the Alice's of Vincennes Lincoln. And yes, I say it every time I can, 35-18.
Man, that would have been such a great one for the weird mascot bracket over the summer. Too bad they're in Indiana.
I was just saying, wrong side of the bash. Wrong side of the Wabash.
That is really upsetting.
31-17. Rams trail here in the fourth, and they will get the kickoff. Man, oh man. Community First Bank of the Heartland is the official voice of Rams sports here on your radio.
Evan Leak back to receive the kickoff.
Spear will kick off. Leak waiting patiently, hands on hips at about the goal line. Now ready to go. Kick is up, end over end. Leak will let his man have it about the 6-yard line, and now this one's going to come up the middle. I don't have a number on the ball carrier. Shy of the 20. Leak would have had momentum running toward it. Very unselfish by Leak. And that particular Ram doesn't quite have the success that Evan may have.
Well,
and I don't have a good look at the number.
8:16 on the clock. You've got to score here if you're Mount Vernon. You can't score a field goal. You've got to score a touchdown.
8:16 left to go here in the 4:31-17. Rams trailing. It'll be 1st and 10. From the 18-yard line, ball spotted between the hashes as the Rams hope to get something going. Three left, one to the right, the receivers. This will be a quick inside handoff for Evan Leak, and he'll be swallowed up like it's nothing and fumble the football. Question is, who recovered? It looks like maybe the Rams did hang on to it, but nope. Triad reacting as if they have it, and they do. Although the official says, okay, he pointed the wrong way first, and that's just another shot in the foot for the Rams tonight. Rats.
Well,
won't ruin your weekend, just might ruin the first half of it.
And, well, that's going to be a fun conversation with Coach K tomorrow.
(31-17). Rams trail, and they give up the football. 8:04 left to go in the fourth quarter. 1st and 10 from the Mount Vernon 18 for the Triad Knights. Wongler under center. Lusk in motion. Handoff's going to go right up the middle to McElligott. And he will get a couple on the play if that. Maybe even 3. It'll bring up 2nd down. Clock will drop below the 7:30 mark. At Altsoff next week, their new stadium on campus.
How long has that place been open?
This will be year 2. It opened in the middle of last football season.
So this will be your first trip there.
Sure.
You sound confident.
I'll be there. So with 7:25 remaining, 2nd and 6 now for the Knights. Ball on the Mount Vernon 14. Quick handoff, Foreman. Foreman has running room, Miguel gets into the end zone. Danced along that near hash and found easy 14-yard run to make it 37-17. And Triad starting to put distance between themselves and the Rams. And a lot of distance between the Rams and the victory. Oh, man. That is unfortunate.
Oh, man. And now you almost have to say it. We might have a battle of 0-3s next week.
We will. Mater Dei hangs on to beat Altsoff 41-20. So as far as South 7 teams are concerned, PAT by Spears is good. So we can tell you, the scoreboard update sponsored by Tony Wilcher, State Farm Agent. South 7 finals, Carbondale beats Waterloo 28-14. Mascoutah drops Centralia 48-27. Cahokia 22-13 winner over Civic Memorial. Marion comes from behind to beat Highland in the waning moments 30-29. And Mater Dei all over Altsoff 41-20. So that means that next week it'll be the Rams and Altsoff, and the way it's looking right now, a battle of 0-3 teams.
And the unofficial standings, obviously, until this game goes final, Marion and Carbondale both 3-0. Cahokia is 2-1. Centralia is 1-2. Altsoff and Mount Vernon, if they don't make a miraculous comeback, are 0-3.
So you're looking at a something's got to give there in St. Clair County. Marion at Cahokia could be a dandy. It's always close. Marion 3-0 at Cahokia 2-1. Carbondale and Centralia. Carbondale could easily be 4-0. and the conference frontrunner, depending upon how Marion and Cahokia goes. And by frontrunner, I don't mean really necessarily the conference leader, but the only other undefeated team in the conference if Cahokia beat Marion at home. You'd hope it'd be home sweet home for the Rams, but at the moment it's been anything but. Rams had cut it to 20-17, and since then it's a 18-0 run by the Knights. So let Simpson, the place kicker, by the way, attempt a kickoff return. And he'll let it go out of bounds for a touchback. 38-17, Triad on top. Triad will head into a date with Waterloo, coming off that loss to Carbondale tonight. I believe Waterloo now 1-3. Football's interesting. Hannah Jonesboro 1-2, Massac 0-3 now after AJ beats Massac 34-29. Benton 3-0, Peckneyville 0-3 after a 52-0 win for the Benton Rangers. Murfreesboro's 2-1 with a 49-0 win over Carterville, who now drops to 0-3. Again, Carbondale stays undefeated with a 28-14 win over Waterloo, who we said drops to 1-2. High set for the Rams here, 1st and 10 from their own 20. It's going to be a quick pitch here to Evan Leake. Gets shy of the 25 to about the 24. Gain of 4 makes it 2nd and 6. Frankfurt is undefeated with a 33-24 win over Sparta, who's winless. DuQuoin, I believe, is 4-0 now with a 35-10 win over the Heron Tigers. Big win for DuQuoin. Second and 6 for the Rams. 6:44 to go here in the fourth quarter. 38-17 score. Triad on top. Rams will spread some things out here. Out of the gun. Single back to the left for the quarterback Simmons. Looking right to one of the two targets. Simpson incomplete. Hit the numbers and then fell down. Couldn't hang on. Nashville's 3-0 with a 47-6 win over Westland. Westland, I believe, drops to 1-2 under Ray Colling this year. Redbud, a 35-10 winner over the Carlisle Indians. Breeze Central and Cahokia play knocks off Freeburg 14-11. Columbia all over Salem 42-0. It's 3rd and 6 here for the Rams. 38-17 the score. Rams down 21. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Leake is in the slot. Rivera the other back for the Rams. As Mays will be in motion, no end around. It'll be Simmons keeping it. Running out of running room, and he'll be dropped for maybe a no gain, but it looks like a loss from here. In the diamond tonight, Carmi improves to 2-1 with a 2014 win over Christopher Ziegler Royalton. The Bearcats drop to 1-2. SVW 2-1 after a 32-21 win over now 1-2 Edwards County. Fairfield stays undefeated with a 36-love win over Chester. Chester's now 1-2. El Dorado's at Vienna Goreville tomorrow. I know we had a Johnson City Hamco score at one point. I just neglected to write it down.
14-0 Johnson City over Hamco.
That's right. So now Leak to punt on 4th and 6. That's a great punt. Pass midfield and stumbling with it to the 35 is the returner. He tried to get up and run with it, and he'll be down at about the 33-yard line. We're going to be 1st and 10 for the Triad Knights with 5:35 remaining. Continuing on our score trail. Mascuda is now 2-1. Centralia drops to 1-2 as Mascuda beats Centralia 48-27. Cahokia is 2-1. Again, they beat Civic Memorial tonight. They're now 2-1. Marion is 3-0. They're a 30-29 win over Highland. Highland drops to, I believe, 1-2.
I think they are, which is shocking.
That's Mater Day 1-2. Or excuse me, 2-1 as they beat Althoff tonight 41-20. Althoff drops to 0-3. Mount Carmel undefeated as they beat Vincennes Lincoln tonight, 35-18. The Rams see them week 9. Mount Carmel, not Vincennes. The Gallagher in motion here. Wongler is under center. 1st and 10 from their own 34. It's a pitch to Lusk. Started to go all the way sideline, found some running room, now can go there. 40-45 midfield, darts back to the 45 in Mount Vernon territory.
On the carry for Triad.
Run of about 21 yards.
22-yard pickup.
So with 5:24 remaining here in the fourth quarter, Triad's offense still guns blazing, 38-17. Thank you to another one of our booster sponsors, RP Lumber. If you're looking for quality cabinets but don't think you can afford it, RP Lumber designers can work with any budget. They'll show you how to have the quality cabinets you want at a price you can afford. They'll help you make your Pinterest dreams come true. Visit them today and experience the RP difference. 38-17. Triad with the football, 1st and 10 from the Mount Vernon 45. McElligott will get a run-off tackle left, but he's brought down. Gain of about 2.5, 3. It'll bring up 2nd and 7. We'll drop below the 4:30 mark on this next play. Top of the hour, this is WMIX Mount Vernon. Free service from Withers Broadcast.
It's the Rams Radio Network, Mr. Hugo.
In theory. AM 940, 96.1 FM, and 96.5 FM. Under center, Wongler, 3-back set out of triple option. He will pitch to Lusk. Lusk at the 40-35. Finds some running room near sideline. 30-25. Pushed out of bounds. Good play there by Hunter Simmons. Gets Lusk out of bounds at about the 25. Gain of 17. It'll be 1st and 10.
Hunter Simmons ran out of bounds.
And at this point, it just seems like Mount Vernon wants to get out of here. They cannot stop this run.
Offense has struggled the Rams for years, dating back to about 2009. Young fellow for the Knights by the name of Christian Moon caused numerous lunatic-like nightmares.
I feel like I remember Christian Moon.
Christian with a K. 4:15 to go in the fourth. 1st and 10 from the 24. Ball in the near hash. Elliott on the inside handoff, trying to dart between the hashes. Gets to the outside of them. Runs diagonally, probably for about 6. We'll see what the official spot's going to be. It's 38-17. Triad on top, looking for win number
3.
3, yeah, not 3, not 2, but 3.
And with CM's loss and a Triad win, they will be the only team in the Valley going into Valley play undefeated.
Triad, one of the few schools there for a while that didn't participate in the full-on MVC. Well, I guess it was then the MVC and Apollo Challenge. Well, they pretty well just did a crossover schedule. Some schools participated in that. As we have a timeout for the Rams, sponsored by First Mid-Bank and Trust. But they do have the likes of the Mount Zion Braves on the schedule in the last week of the season. That's a high-octane offense.
When was the Mount Vernon or the Mississippi Valley Apollo
Not
Challenge?
every school did it, but some of them combined for a crossover schedule around 11, 12, 13-ish. And then the Apollo debacle happens where you lose
Salem.
Before that.
Oh. Actually, now I remember. CM played Mount Zion in that, what you're calling the MVC Apollo Challenge.
It was just kind of like a gentleman's handshake agreement where they would just schedule crossover games. So 38-17 here, 3:32 left to go in the fourth. Rams timeout, sponsored by First Mid-Bank and Trust.
I think since that challenge, I think CM has always played a Apollo team week 9.
Well, what they would do is actually it was the entire season. So all the non-conference games between the schools that would participate were filled completely with, for the MVC, it'd be Apollo schools. For the Apollo schools, it's MVC schools.
Mm.
So like that's how they would fill their non-conference games. So that way you wouldn't have to worry about scheduling.
Yeah.
Worked out better for some than others. I mean, Civic Memorial would get out of that. They would play, they play the likes of Centralia. But it will be 2nd and 4 now for the offense. Ball is on the 17-yard line for the Triad Knights, up 21. It'll be a pitch to Lusk on 2nd and 4. He's at the 15-10. Uh-oh, 5 unscathed. He just found seam after seam after seam, and it's 44-17.
17-yard touchdown run.
Bring your own bun and get chicken fillets. Bring your own bun. Yeah.
3:26 remains in the fourth quarter. 44-17. It's about to be 45-17 if Mr. Spear can knock down this PAT. We shall see. Where should you go for care? Well, visit ssmhealth.com/access/need-care-now. SSM Health, the healing power of presence. There's a snap, hold, kick, up. Looked like it was inside that upright. 45-17.
Was it really 7-0 at halftime?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, 30-year mortgage rates have dropped to a historic low. We've got that going for us. If you've been thinking about refinancing, now definitely the time. Stop by Community First Bank, ask for Jared or Karen, and learn how they can save you money. Community First Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. So now with 3:26 left, the Rams at least get a kickoff here, maybe a chance to work on some things offensively. Said maybe. Video streaming presented by Red Lake College. If you need a career change, Red Lake College offers dozens of programs focused on putting you in a new job in as little as a year. Find out more at rlc.edu. Your journey starts at Red Lake College. 4-touchdown game here, 45-17 Triad, with 3:26 remaining.
And once again, if I'm the Mount Vernon Rams, I'm feeling a little shell-shocked. I mean, it was 7-0 at halftime. And the offensives have exploded here in the second half.
Curious to see what happens when conference play opens next week.
Interesting to see how good or bad Althoff is, because once again, they're going into that game 0-3, and last year they came here to Ken Hunt Stadium and blew Mount Vernon out of the water.
Try to run that table in the South 7, get you a conference title to get in them playoffs.
That's what they have to do at this point.
17 points for the Rams, hoping at least get a few more. It's 45-17 Triad, 3:26 left. Simpson will have the kickoff return. And now he'll try to juke, jive, spin. Stopped at about the 14. So the one guy who's made a field goal for Mount Vernon in about 11 years is returning kickoffs. And he's brought down.
And okay, there's Hunter Simmons. I was going to say, are we putting in a second string quarterback here?
So the Rams have it 1st and 10. From the 14 on the near hash. See this Ram offense go to work here on WMIX. Watch it live at WMIXsports.com. We'll be back with you next week from Althoff. Not sure if they named that stadium after Mr. Schott or not. Rolling to the right side, the pass, looking deep downfield is Simmons. Has a completed pass to Mays for first down yardage. It'll be about a 10.5, 11-yard gain. It'll be 1st and 10. That'll pause the clocks and move the chains. It's another first down for the Rams. So at least showing signs of getting this offense moving here. It's a first down here in the fourth quarter. 6 minutes past the top of the 10 o'clock hour.
Unfortunately, at this point, it's too little too late. But, you know, you got to like what you see and hopes that this offense has some momentum to take into the Althoff game.
2:55 remains in the fourth, 45-17. Simmons back to pass. Quick connect intended for Simmons up the right sideline. Falls incomplete. Now, if you're looking for a primary care provider, Crossroads has a team of dedicated providers and 3 convenient locations. Visit crossroadsproviders.com to learn about their providers. Crossroads Community Hospital is here for all your healthcare needs, where caring is our mission. 2nd and 10 from the 27-yard line for the Rams after that pass fell incomplete. Out of the gun for Simmons. Back to his left. Looking deep downfield on a heave for Evan Leak. Has a beat, catches it in stride at the 30. Trying to beat his man, but he's pulled down at the 22. So 28 plus 23.
51.
Here you go.
43 yards on that pass completion.
So down to the 22-yard line. From the 27. That's a 51-yard gain.
All right. Now, Mount Vernon, let's score. Let's do something good.
So 2:39 left to go in the fourth. 45-17 score, 28-point lead for the Knights. Rams trying to make it a little bit closer. Maybe they can do it. Out of the gun for Simmons, looking to the right. It'll be a pass out in the flat. Mays can't hang on. Good effort, though. I think wanted more. I think he saw running room, and one of those cases again where he didn't think to corral the pass. I would have never guessed that this would be one of the late running games in Southern Illinois tonight.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed it either.
2:32 remains in the fourth. 45-17 Knights. 2nd and 10 for the Rams. They have 2 left, 2 right. Rivera the back for the quarterback. And now reverse. Leak looking downfield for the pass. Far corner of the end zone intended for Wilson. It is caught for the score. That is a 22-yard touchdown for Wilson, and that makes it 45-23. Let's go for 2 and make this one closer.
Evan Lake on his touchdown throw.
Normally we'd tell you after the game tonight, tune over to Q106.3 for Section 618 post-game blitz. But that show's done.
Oh.
It's over, baby.
So you don't have to be on it.
I will not have an appearance tonight, unfortunately. Or fortunately, depending upon who you talk to. 45-23. Rams are going to go for 2. 1 back in the backfield, looking to the right side. Fade to the far corner, overthrown maybe, or Leak come down with it. Leak comes down with it.
Conversion is good for the Rams.
Yeah.
Evan Lake on the reception.
Signs of life. It's 45-25.
Only problem is, can they score another 20 points in 2:24?
Sure.
I mean, I hope, but time's not on their side.
Reggie Miller scored like 20 points in 9 seconds one time.
That's basketball.
Anything can happen.
That's a different sport.
Can't hold back now, I know that. Community First Bank of the Heartland never holds back. Of course, welcoming Kurt Zerlini, the newest ag lending team member. Packs a banking punch with over 15 years experience. Find financing that fits your ag needs from the bank that truly understands the industry.
Can we get Kurt Zerlini on the field for Mount Vernon for the last 2:24?
Modern day Hall of Famer.
I think he'd do all right.
Played collegiately at McKendree.
In beautiful Lebanon, Illinois. Sorry, alliteration. Lovely Lebanon, Illinois.
Historic, lovely Lebanon. Not to break your alliteration, but very historic community. The nightmare of the traffic universe at times with that intersection at 50 and 4 if you're wanting to go towards Carlisle.
Yeah.
But 2:24 remains in this one, and the Rams will kick off, trailing 45-25. Well, Saturday Sports Show tomorrow comes your way on AM 940 and 96.1, 96.5 FM. Jared Kessler, Steve Kazuzek, Nashville football he is. Quinn McClure will talk Rams golf. Also have
Jason Carnes.
Jason Carnes to talk Heron football.
Justin Townsend.
Justin Townsend to talk the undefeated Fairfield Mules. He'll talk a little JC Jets Crossroads Hospital fundraiser.
Yes, we will have Kurt Jones, South Central Baseball, and Dan Kuiper, Christ-Star Rock Volleyball.
And now the Rams try a line drive kick, almost muffed by the Knights, but the Triad Knights come up with it, up 20 with 2:22 left to go in the fourth. We'll have your Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show coming up. We'll have a full look at our Tony Wilt State Farm scoreboard before you can get it from our website.
The way we're going, though, we might just go straight from postgame into the Saturday Sports Show.
Well, that's how week 1 felt, I know that.
That's how every week has been, Hugo.
I see.
Mount Vernon does not like playing slow game or fast games this year so far.
Alton steamrolls Collinsville, 58-6.
Alton now 2-1. Collinsville, I think, is 0-3.
Triple option. It's just going to be a run up the middle here to the 35. It'll be about a 2-yard gain. Wongler, the QB keeper. Two minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. 45-25 the score. It's a 20-point lead for the Knights. In control of this one as we move deeper and deeper into the night. Full moon tonight, by the way.
Maybe that's why this has been such a long game and has turned into what it is. It's a full moon. It's Friday the 13th. It's absolutely everything bad luck related.
Firm believer in the full moons. Have them on every office calendar.
I'm not surprised.
Potterworth was on the run in motion, and this will be right up the middle for the Knights. About a gain of 1, bring up 3rd and 7. Some of the reserves into the game. Minute 12 left to go in this one. The Rams are going to drop to 0-3. Triad will stay undefeated at 3-0. Triad heads to Waterloo to open up Valley play next week. The Rams head to Belleville. They'll take on the Altop Crusaders to open up South 7 play. Marion will be at Cahokia. Centralia battles Carbondale. They may just meet in the middle of DuQuoin. Not really. This will be a pitch to the right side. I hate to get that started. At midfield, a good run here by Triad. At the 40, there's a flag deep in the backfield. 20, 15, not quite for number 34, Gino Reiger.
Flag way back there. It's probably going to be something holding on Triad. Yes, sir. Come on back, boys. 39.6 left in this one. And safe to say, I did not expect this start for Mount Vernon.
Well, it happens.
Well, so next week's Althoff game really going to be critical if Mount Vernon wants to salvage anything out of this season.
Pretty much have to win 6 straight. Because right now the playoff points aren't looking good. So save your non-conference schedule.
Flag on Triad.
Flag will bring things back with 39.6 seconds left. So 35 seconds remain here in the fourth quarter. And Triad really does not have to run another play. Final score tonight will be the Triad Knights 45, the Mount Vernon Rams 25. We'll come back at your Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac post-game show. We'll talk things over, get you some scoring and stats. We'll roll with a long scoreboard update, and we'll talk a little bit. Final score again, Triad 45, the Rams 25. This is Mount Vernon football, powered by Community First Bank.
Hi, this is Jared.
And Karen.
From Community First Bank.
And we have some breaking news.
Recently, 30-year mortgage rates have dropped to historic lows.
And we want to help you take advantage. Whether you just purchased a home,
have been thinking about refinancing,
or have been a homeowner for years,
these rates are just too good to pass up. Call 244-3000 and ask for me, Jared,
or me, Karen, and let us get you started on the way to saving some money today.
Community First Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The Rend Lake College Warriors are back in season. Check out the new site at RendLakeWarriors.com. See scores as soon as they're final. Follow your favorite teams, track stats, get schedules, and read the stories. Register for free as a VIP member, and you will also get special access to deals on RLC merchandise, tickets, and news. Don't wait. Become a VIP at RendLakeWarriors.com, the new home for RLC Athletics Online.
If you're looking for a new doctor, look no further than the new SSM Health Provider Finder. Search for physicians online based on conditions and treatments, name spellings and pronunciations, and locations near you. What's more, SSM Health doctors are known for taking the time to listen and connect with you. We call this the healing power of presence. You'll find this helpful tool at ssmhealth.com/doctors.
Here's Jeff Schmidt for Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac of Mount Vernon.
All right, we just made a special purchase of 16 and 17 Chevrolet Cruises, many of them with as little as 13,000 miles. So that means you get the remainder of the factory warranty that goes with the car, plus Schmidt Chevrolet offers the 3-year, 150,000-mile powertrain warranty included that goes with this car.
Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac of Mount Vernon, 3423 Broadway in Mount Vernon.
This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports. The Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show starts now.
WMIX, WMIXsports.com. Chris Hugo, Kyle Norris alongside Riley Langa back at the Mount Vernon studio. Jeff Crow with us in the SSM Health broadcast booth for the Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show, 3423 Broadway in Mount Vernon, or view their inventory worldwide at schmidtchevrolet.com, including the Cadillac Luxury. 45-25 the final. The Triad Knights victorious over the Mount Vernon Rams tonight. The Rams are winless at 0-3. The Knights remain undefeated at 3-0. We will check in with some stats in just a moment. Quickly, we'll run down to Tony Wilt State Farm scoreboard. And at Jonesboro gets their first win tonight, now 1-2. They beat Massac County 34-29. Massac remains winless. Benton heads into conference play undefeated. They beat Pinckneyville tonight 52-0. Murfreesboro now 2-1. They beat Carterville, still winless, 49-0. West Frankfort still undefeated, 33-24 winner over the Sparta Bulldogs. DuQuoin knocks off Heron 35-10. Nashville still undefeated. They roll over Westland 47-6. Red Bud a 35-10 winner over Carlisle. Breeze Central beats Freeburg 14-11. Columbia 42-0 winner over Salem. In the Black Diamond, Carmi White County beats CZR 20-14. Cesarville-Waltonville over Edwards County 32-21. Fairfield, a 36-0 winner. They pitched the shutout against Chester. Johnston City blanks Hamilton County for their first win, 14-0. South 7 teams. Carbondale doubles up Waterloo, 28-14. Waterloo now 1-2. Carbondale 3-0. Mascoutah, 48-27 winner over Centralia. The Orphans dropped to 1-2, while the Indians are now 2-1. Cahokia 2-1 with a 22-13 win over Civic Memorial, while Marion is still undefeated. They edge Highland and come from behind fashion, 30-29. Mater Dei a 41-20 winner over Althoff, so the Rams and Althoff meet up next week in Belleville, winless. South Central Conference, Greenville beats Carlinville 41-34, and the Little Illini, Flora beats Robinson 8-2. Effingham, a touchdown better than Jerseyville, 34-28. Alton hammers Collinsville 58-6, and Mount Carmel beats Vincennes Lincoln 35-18. Those scores are presented by State Farm agent Tony Wilt. Having a local agent matters for your insurance. His State Farm team is ready to help. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have some stats for this one. The Mount Vernon Rams fall to the Triad Knights tonight, 45-25, your final score. This is the Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show, Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports.
Here's Bonnie Armandaris on why she chooses Crossroads Community Hospital.
The very first night, every single one of the staff took the time to introduce themselves personally, told me how they personally would help me recover. And they cared. They saw me, Bonnie, the person, not my chart. They talked to me. They listened to me. That's what Crossroads is. They see me. That's why I like them.
Crossroads Community Hospital, where caring is our mission.
Small business is the backbone of our communities. It's a good feeling to know that one loan to a business benefits everyone in the community. Hi, this is Dan Knox, commercial banker with People's National Bank in Mount Vernon. We pride ourselves on providing quality products and services to meet the banking needs for our people that work and live right here. Since 1909, our focus continues to be on you, our customers. People's National Bank. It's our people that make the difference. Member FDIC.
This is Mount Vernon Rams football, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland.
Back in the SSM Health broadcast booth, AM 940, 96.1 FM, 96.5 FM, and worldwide at WMIXsports.com. As the Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show continues, schedule your service appointments online and see what kind of coupons are available at schmidtchevrolet.com. Even get a quote on new tires. SchmidtChevrolet.com. It's that simple. Kyle Norris alongside. I'm Chris Hugo. 45-25. The Triad Knights victorious over your Mount Vernon Rams. Working on some scoring and stats here for this one as we get to see some numbers as the Rams unfortunately fall to 0-3.
Well, here are the stats that really matter in this ball game. First half, this was a tale of two halves. The first half, 7 total points, 180 yards of total offense in the first half combined for both sides. Then in the second half, it's like someone switched on the lights and switched on the offense. 63 points total. You look, here's the definition of what defines this game here. Andrew McElligott, first half, he had a total of 18 rushing yards. To finish the game, he had 127 yards running, unofficially, of course, and 100-plus yards. That's just himself. You know, I didn't have time to do all of the numbers, but safe to say, with 63 points in the second half, the yards is going to be way up as well on both sides. And unfortunately for Mount Vernon, they've averaged 25 points a game. They get 25 tonight, score 26 against Mascoutah, score 24 against Taylorville. But unfortunately, once again tonight, 25 is not enough for you to get a victory here. And that's really story of the stats tonight here for the Mount Vernon Rams.
We owe you 3 stars of the game. One of them may become the WMIX Sports Josh Finley Country Financial Ram of the Week, or they may not. We'll find out Monday on WMIXSports.com and at WMIX Sports on social media. 2019 Illinois Broadcasters Association Silver Dome Award winner for Best Use of New Media. And we'll leave on that note for a quick break. This is your Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show. Triad Knights 45, Mount Vernon Rams 25. We'll talk more. Wrap it up. Get you 3 stars of the game when we return. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports.
If you're looking for a new doctor, look no further than the new SSM Health Provider Finder. Search for physicians online based on conditions and treatments, name spellings and pronunciations, and locations near you. What's more, SSM Health doctors are known for taking the time to listen and connect with you. We call this the healing power of presence. You'll find this helpful tool at ssmhealth.com/doctors.
Discover a world of opportunities with the 2019 Illinois Regional College Fair at Wren Lake College. Kicking off at 8 a.m. on September 17th, the fair will feature dozens of institutions ready to answer your questions about the cost of college, admission requirements, and the programs they offer. Parents, this is the perfect opportunity to talk to someone face-to-face about your child's academic future. The Illinois Regional College Fair, September 17th at Wren Lake College. For more information, call the college or visit rlc.edu/fair.
This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports. The 3 stars of the game are next.
AM 940, 96.1 FM, 96.5, and WMIXSports.com. Try not to hiccup.
Oh,
so
okay.
I drew it out a little bit. I'm Chris Hugo, Kyle Norris alongside, here to wrap it up on your Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show. Rams drop a tough one tonight to the Triad Knights, 45-25. Kyle has our 3 stars of the game.
Third star of the game tonight, we're going to give that to Luke Foreman. He had 107 yards unofficially rushing on only 6 rushes, so do some quick math. That's over 15 yards a rush. Had a rushing touchdown, also had a kick return touchdown, so 2 total TDs. Luke Foreman, third star. Second star of the game, Andrew McElligott, 20 rushes, 127 yards, 3 rushing TDs. He is your second star of the game. First star of the game is going to be Evan Leake. 8 receptions, 182 receiving yards unofficially, 2 receiving touchdowns. He had the 22-yard touchdown pass. He also had 42 rushing yards as well. All told, 182, 204, 246 total yards. That doesn't even include the yards on special teams and returning for Evan Leake. Safe to say he is your first star of the game for the Mount Vernon Rams.
3 stars indeed. Maybe one of them will become the Ram of the Week. Maybe not. No longer do you have to be a part of a WMIX Sports broadcast to be a WMIX Sports Josh Finley Country Financial Ram of the Week. If you're a Ram, you're eligible.
Hey, no Shelbyville Rams, no Ramsey Rams, no Los Angeles Rams.
I don't know that we need that kind of qualifier on it, but be that as it may. Final score here, the Mount Vernon Rams stumble tonight against the Triad Knights. Triad 45, Mount Vernon 25. Going to do it for us this particular broadcast. We have more football next week. The Rams head to Althoff. We'll have that for you here. Video to be determined on Friday night from Althoff, as we will certainly figure that out as we go along. Regardless, we'll be here on WMIXSports.com with an audio feed and AM 940, 96.5 FM, and 96.1 as well. For Kyle Norris, for Jeff Crow, for Riley Langa, for all of us at WMIX Sports, I'm Chris Hugo. Final score here from the King City. The Triad Knights 45, the Mount Vernon Rams 25. So long.